So you've now seen the video taken at the Edgefield house. I thought it was a good thing to include into this whole movie or miniseries, whatever you want to call it, because it really showed what they were expecting, right? What kind of characters they were, who they portrayed on TV versus who they actually were. I know the series took off a little bit, and we had some viewers, we had some fans. That's how I think Patty actually got a hold of us for this home out in Arkansas before they headed out. Before we sent them out there, we had no idea. We had no idea what was out there. It was a big surprise to all of us. It's tragic everything that happened that followed. So we're gonna go ahead and cut back to their film and show what happened out there. Again, make your own choice on everything that you see here. And so that takes us back into our Shiver game. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to go ahead and pick right back up with the crew heading out to Arkansas. Long drive from Southern California. I just want to take an opportunity to welcome all my players back. Lee, we have playing Richard Pierce from Diesel Shot. We have Turg playing Bryson, our psychic. We have Tabletop Tony playing Brent, our videographer. We have Severian playing Jason. God, I can't even say that out loud. Playing our one of our paranormal investigators, and then Forloth playing Dr. Von Zeppelinheim. So welcome back to my players. Looking forward to this session. Hope it was better than the last, because the last was awesome and it was great. Severian, I think that you were the one that said you hope it's better. I agree with that. So just a little bit of mechanics to get out of the way before we get back into good old trip to Arkansas and your investigation. First step is you got basically, anywhere between an 18 to 24 hour trip. So I would imagine that there's a possibility that you could heal up a little bit. So let's have everybody go ahead and do a grit check at CR2.
Oh. Let's see.
See how far this Big Mac gets me.
And there's no chance for you to fail and increase the doom clock or anything like that with this, so.
Oh, you're muted, Judge. On stream.
On stream?
Oh, wait. It's my tab that's muted. I'm sorry.
Thanks. You had me.
Sorry.
I was doing me a concern there, buddy.
Hey, JW, what do you mean with CR2? Sorry.
So it just means that you got to roll 2 grit symbols or you fail.
What do we get on success?
If you succeed, you can heal 1 point for every success over the first. You can heal a second or third.
Are we still afraid if we were before?
Remove all afraid statuses. You have time to calm down and relax. So, for example, you, Jasonson, you can heal 1 point. And let's see here. So I got Zeppelinheim, Bryson. Richard was the last one I need. Okay, so the only person that ended up healing on the trip is Jason. So you're driving out. You're heading to Arkansas. I assume that you're getting your battle plan ready. So here's mechanically what we're going to do. And let me remind you of the information that you have. So you know that you are heading out to a house in the middle of nowhere. According to the triptych that you got from AAA, they literally kind of just circled a point there and said, good luck after this point, because it looks like there's not even dirt roads. You're going to basically be navigating off. I mean, there's not even really I guess there's a grid, but off grid, to meet this woman named Patty Mayfield. Patty Mayfield is the owner of this home. She was the one that contacted the station. But you are very limited on time. This is the only information that you have on this place. So, once you pull into the town that's outside where this plantation would be located, you can do your investigation. So you have the following option. You can either, 1, do an investigation, and I will let you do whatever you want to do. We'll role play it out. Or you can spend that time healing. The way that you would be healing is that you would do another grit check, but it's basically at the equivalent of a CR 0. So you will automatically heal 1 point, and then any grit that you roll after that would increase the number of points that you heal by 1. So those are your 2 options. So is there any questions before we start into the investigation portion?
Yeah, mechanics. So we're in the same Doom quarter as last session.
We are. You passed the first Doom quarter, so you are in Doom quarter 2.
Okay.
And you are right at Doom quarter 2, so it's basically at that 15-minute mark. Okay. Any other questions? So mechanically for my players, just as one more reminder, if you are getting ready to monologue, if you're getting ready to run lines or something, kind of give me just a little bit of a touch of a heads up. We're probably going to be spending most of our time on the roleplay cameras, but just in case, if I want to get a quick bit of you, just give me that. I meant to mention that before we got started, but I thought it was important. So I guess we'll start with who did we start with last time? We started with Richard Pierce last time. Let's start down at the bottom right with Dr. Von Zeppelinheim. What do you want to do as we roll into Arkansas?
Have we reached the house yet? We're still in the vehicle.
No, you are outside. You are in the little small town, the township that is well outside the plantation. So basically, where the police would be, records. It's a small town, population, couple thousand. They might have a McDonald's. It's a little small place. There's places that you can get records and all that stuff.
Well, there's got to be like a local diner, right, that serves breakfast.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think, guys? Breakfast? Go get breakfast? See if we can get some kind of, word from the locals?
I can't look this good on an empty stomach. Let's get some fucking omelets, boys.
Sounds good to me.
Denny's? Is there a Denny's around?
No,
Denny's,
it's a
we're in a
greasy
small
spoon.
town, dude. Just let's go to a small town diner.
Buy local,
Right.
JJ. Support the local businesses.
Yeah, we're not as generic as your last name, buddy.
Oh.
All right. Local diner it is.
So you all head to the local diner. Everyone sees the van pull up, and there's definitely people looking. You are outsiders. You are being very much noticed, particularly if Brent's still walking around with the camera or not. Are you shooting B-roll,
Yes.
Brent?
Yes, I am.
All right, yeah, you're definitely. A lot of people are, everyone stops and stares at you as you all head in. Are you wearing T-shirts like of the night shift, that kind of stuff? Yeah. So yeah, you guys go in and you get served. What's the deal here? You guys are on camera. Do as you will.
Who comes over to serve us?
Well, yeah.
Or are we up at the counter? We sitting at the counter? We had a booth?
So I'd imagine a booth. Booth is probably more fitting
Yep.
for you guys.
Okay, so we squeeze into the booth, put a chair at the end. How heavily populated is the diner right now?
You probably got maybe 5 or 6 people there enjoying breakfast. The cook in the back, maybe the owner's kind of milling around back there, and you have a waitress.
Are we talking like farmers? Are we
Yes,
talking...
yes, most definitely.
So, we're sitting down, looking at the menus, wave over at the locals. Good morning. How are you? How's that weather holding for you?
Everyone kind of just stares at you. One of the guys kind of nods, gives you one of these back.
What's the what's the crop around here? What's the standard crop? Soybeans, corn? What are you guys growing?
So every people are starting to kind of look at you a little bit, right? And one of them looks at you. Well, we grow cotton down here still. Still a good cash crop. A little bit of tobacco.
Yeah, what's cotton going for a pound these days, or is it a bale?
I just gather it up and take it to market, and they give me a share.
So I'd like to order a coffee. Can you give me some cream, perhaps, on the side? Some sugar.
Well, sure thing, honey. I'd be happy to get you that.
Thanks, dear.
He's
So-
such a charmer. Is he wearing his Letterman's jacket?
Probably. Yeah.
After we do get a little bit of food, I would get up and start walking around. I'd actually go to try and get the owner first, and just basically I want to start canvassing each person in here to see if anyone knows anything about the house we're heading to.
You know, JJ, no offense, my friend, but they're not going to want to talk to some hippie. You know, why don't you, let me give it a shot.
Not a hippie.
What's a name like that? You really got
No, serious. JJ, what is your look? I mean, what is your vibe? Are you like, California, new age kind of guy, or?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Something along those lines.
Yeah. So that you wouldn't define that as hippie? No.
I guess in some sense, yeah.
I mean, to these people, you're as hippie as they come, buddy.
So, Jay, if you're somebody, I guess since this is Zeppelinheim's investigation, he's going to be the one trying to wheedle some information out of folks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, the guy who responded to me. Yeah, we're actually looking for guys. What's the name of the house? Who was the lady we're supposed to meet?
Patty is the owner.
Patty? Was it Patty?
Patty Mayfield. The name of the plantation that you're going out to is the Bennett Farm.
Bennett Farm. We're actually we're here to do a documentary piece on the Bennett Farm.
Whenever you say that, the guy literally pushes his chair out and walks out.
Interesting. What's the reaction of the rest of the group?
Everyone else kind of just like shakes their head and looks down, and like you are now non-existent. It's interesting because the coffee never even comes for Brent.
So the waitress doesn't come back?
Nope.
I started to record, and I set it on the table. I didn't catch those people leaving though. So are y'all getting that vibe too? I don't see anyone in here anymore. I mean, this cleared out like
Was it just that guy, or did they all leave?
quick.
No, it was just the guy you were talking to. So maybe about 2 or 3 minutes later, the owner comes out. He's wearing an apron. He works there as well. It's greasy apron. He's bald head. And he comes out and he's overweight. He kind of comes up to the table. And he's like, "Well, I think it's about time y'all hit the trail."
Absolutely. Did we say something wrong?
Nope. But this is America, and we do have the right to refuse service to anyone, and I'm just going to have to ask you gentlemen to go ahead and on leave. We don't want no trouble here. And
what's at the Bennett Farm? Why aren't you telling us?
Brent, the gentleman has made clear that we're not welcome, and this is a free country. It's his business. I apologize for any inconvenience, sir. We're not trying to disturb the local commerce. Now, Dr. von Ziplinheim, you were saying about the documentary.
It was just on the history of the plantation. That was it. There seems to be...
Well, you ain't gonna find no history around these parts. You want to go find some history, maybe you go down on the library, you head down to public records. Don't be bringing that evil down here. Okay? We don't want that in here.
Evil, sir?
Evil.
Now, y'all fucking with me?
No, not at all. This is completely news to us. We thought this was just a straight house was built, blah, 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 blah. It's a lovely area. And then we're out.
All right. You're going to go meet that realtor out there, yeah?
Correct.
All
right. We didn't even know that place still existed out here. That place should have been done gone now. We thought it burnt down a long time ago, and we were all very much happier for it. All right? The Bennett family was murdered on that land. All right? Now, that's all I'm going to talk about. And now I'd appreciate it if y'all get up out of my business and stop bringing this mess around here, okay? There's other places you can
absolutely.
go. I will not answer anything else, and I will call the sheriff if you all don't leave.
We are on our way.
I get up. JJ, I apologize for the hippie remark. You couldn't have fucked this up any more than I just did.
So, Zeppelinheim, that's I'll come back to you because that was kind of a little bit light on the investigation. But like I said, I do want to give every single person a chance to kind of do something. Let's go ahead and move over to Jason Jasonson. Unless there's something you guys want to discuss before I move into the next investigation. I don't ever want to cut you guys off.
No, but I presume we're moving out to the sidewalk at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JW, we're out on the sidewalk now.
Yeah,
On the sidewalk, we're not getting in the car. We're kind of just so what? I mean, they seem awfully jumpy around here. I mean, I know local small town. It's Arkansas. I mean, locals are superstitious and all that, but
Guys,
Yeah,
are we rolling?
what?
Are we rolling?
Yes, I've been rolling the whole time.
Yes, it seems that the locals are deeply concerned with what appear to be a rash of murders. And in fact, they believe the house had burned down, yet a realtor seems to have come into possession of it. I suspect that we are looking into a case of a house which may not be what it seems. I recall one incident in Rhode Island of a phantasmal structure which had burned down back in the 60s, but we found footage of somebody there last year. I believe we could be in for an apparition on the scale never before seen on tape.
Heard it here, folks. Stay tuned for more. I started recording there as soon as that guy got up, so I got some good footage of the owner. But I mean, you can't see his face for obvious reasons, but
That makes absolute sense.
It'll make it better television. People will find it stranger and more like, hey, somebody came up to you and said, "Get the fuck out of here." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the locals clearly know what's up. I think our modus operandi from here, guys, do not say that fucking name. They're already spooked to us. People in small towns like this talk. He's about to spread that news like the herp. Let's hit the rest of our places as fast as we can. We are not being specific. We are doing a fucking nature documentary now, okay? We wanna roll on the fields. We wanna roll on the rivers. And if anybody asks,
Good idea.
the reason is we represent a foundation that wants to support farmers against those hippies who are complaining about so-called agricultural runoff, and we're proving that there is no pollution from farming, and it is in fact part of what makes America great. So,
Good idea.
fucking stay on the line, boys.
So records. It might help to talk to the police. I don't want to be the guy that talks to some red town hick sheriff. I'll leave that to someone else.
No, that's probably the quickest way to get kicked out of town. We're gonna public records, library. I mean, even with what the guy just said, that sounds like it's gonna be our best option without alerting any more locals.
Yeah.
Without scaring anyone. So to the library, I guess. I mean, any other one of you schmucks want to speak up?
I'll hit up City Hall, pull the records. I know how to do the song and dance.
Okay.
Bryson,
Well,
you want to
I'll be there to record.
Bryson, you want to come with me to the library?
Yeah, we can buddy up.
Jason Jasonson, what do you want to do?
I was originally wanting to go to a diner, but we already did that, so I will go to try and get see if there's a police report on these murders or any other police reports involving this plantation, this farm.
Okay. Let's handle the police report then. So you head over to the sheriff's office. It's probably like 2 rooms. You know, there's an office, and then there's the main area, and then you can see a couple of jail cells in there. And this young deputy kind of sees you come in, looks up at you, and says, "Help a stranger?"
Yes, hello, sir. I'm here in town with a group of people. We're doing some research on a plantation around here. I believe it's called the Bennett Farm.
I think our modus operandi from here, guys, do not say that fucking name.
Not say that fucking name. Not say that fucking name.
Bennett Farm.
We are doing a fucking nature documentary now, okay?
Nature documentary.
Research on a plantation. Bennett farm? I was just wondering if we could get some police reports, get more information about this place.
You kidding, right? That's a joke. You're funny.
No, sir.
You know, that place is... What kind of investigation are you doing out there, young man? He's also probably younger than you, and he says that, by the way.
Okay. Well, we're actually from university out east, and we're doing some agricultural research.
Well, I don't think you're going to find much in the terms of agriculture out there at the Bennett farm, okay? We just found out that place is still up and, it's still there. So what would you need police reports out there for an agricultural research there?
Oh, well, I don't really have time to get into the details of why that pertains to agriculture, but I can assure you that it's very much related, and there could be some things in the reports that might lead us to better understand the area, and in fact, that may lead to helping your town.
Oh, well, you know, I've always been one to help the town and everything, so I mean, you've obviously heard all the stories about that place out there, but you know, we ain't got no police reports from back during that time, obviously. But you know, we had to go out there recently, but that was just because, you know, there was a possible missing person out there, and then that's whenever you hear the door to that back office slam open. And a man that looks like he eats his weight in ribs and drinks his weight in beer a day, you know, comes waddling out. Deputy, shut your mouth! Can I help you, sir?
Yes, sir. My name is Jason Jasonson, and I'm here to get some more information about
what do you need more information? You got my deputy out here jacking his jaw when he's supposed to be filling out reports. So can I help you?
I'm looking for any police reports pertaining to the Bennett farm.
You take your ass back up out that door right now, son. We don't need any more of that kind of trouble around these parts. You understand?
I am not sure what kind of trouble.
Well, don't you worry. That's an ongoing investigation, and we do not need you in here. You stay out of that area unless you are specifically invited by the owner of that land.
We have been. The group I'm with has been invited by the owner, Patty, I believe her name is.
Yeah, the realtor. Yep, Patty Mayfield. Yep, she's okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what. There's an ongoing investigation, and you are not welcome to that information. That is classified information, and you do not have clearance for that, sir. So I would appreciate it if you take your ass on out of my office and go ahead and continue your investigation somewhere else. Thank you.
Well, I believe most police reports are public records, sir.
Actually, sir, they aren't. And if you, I think what you're doing here is that you are trying to intimidate a police officer or interfere with an investigation. And don't you think that's kind of what it sounds like right now? You see a hand drop down to his belt.
Well, I'll just have to ask around town. Maybe there's some.
Don't you be digging your nose too far around in there, okay? We don't need you mucking up the investigation. You understand?
Of course, I'll leave you to your investigation. I guess whatever that might be.
Yep. All right, now get.
And just slowly back out of the office.
So as you back out of the office, you're starting to walk in the direction that you're wherever you're heading. You hear a jingle behind you. Not like reindeer or anything, but like keys bouncing.
Okay. I mean, I turned to look, but I'm still heading towards the exit.
You see the deputy come running out, and he said he gets really close to you. He's like, you got to be careful.
Careful about what?
You know the
Looks like you might need to be careful working with that guy in there.
I can outrun his fat ass. Don't worry about it. I got to get back in there really quick though. Okay, you know the story about Bennett Farm, right?
I do not. We've seen a lot of rumors, but no one seems to want to tell us what happened there.
There's a lot of stories about that place out there. Okay, there's a lot of stories, and there's a bunch of them. All right, nobody knows what the truth is, but what the one that I heard whenever I was a kid, that kind of, you know, the family, you know, is one of them the stories that mamas would tell their babies, and, you know, make sure they're being good. You know, you keep fucking up, you're going to go out to the Bennett Farm, kind of thing. Is that that their slaves revolted against them and murdered the entire family. And give me 1 second. So 1 second, I want to move back to the main screen. So just really quick, I want to step out of game. I meant to mention this at the very beginning of the game. This game is just like any of the other games that we've run. Some of these things are going to get a little deep. There may be things out there that could trigger people for whatever reason. I just want to give an early warning, just to be safe, just to be gentle, just to be nice. You know, nothing that comes up into this that reflects any type of you know, racism that was endemic in this country back in the 1800s, you know, reflects anything about this channel. It is a part of the story, though, so there could be things that come up about that, and I just want to make sure that we kind of do a disclaimer beforehand and make sure that everyone's comfortable with the route that this goes. At any point in time, as a viewer, if you feel uncomfortable, please, you know, shoot a text into the stream chat. If one of my players begins to feel uncomfortable for whatever reason, give me a heads up. We want to make sure that we are all inclusive with these types of games, and remember that they are in fact games. But good storytelling often revolves around very difficult subjects. So just wanted to give that disclaimer out there very quickly to make sure that we have one love and one unity here. So I apologize for cutting you off like that, Seth. Okay, so we're back. So the deputy says, you know, that they're, you know, these were plantation owners and that their slaves ended up revolting against them and killed the entire family, the husband, the wife, and all 3 kids. And look, I could probably get fired telling you this, but we had a missing persons thing happen out there. So we ended up going out there to that there was supposedly some kids out there that had gone out from the Bennett Farm. We did a walk around the area. We didn't find nothing. They must not have went out there. It must have been, you know, big bunch of huff. But okay, I gotta go. You good? You good?
Wait, when did these kids go missing?
This not kids. You know, probably, you know, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. You know, like,
sure. Okay,
it's not like 5-year-olds wandering out there. It's going to take you a little bit to get out there. It's a fucking rough drive. All right. But they this, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That recent?
Yeah, that's, well, after they did the. I gotta go. I can't talk about that. I gotta go. Okay.
Can't talk about what?
Then shut up. Just go away. All right. And so he turns around and jogs off.
All right. So I'd return and you know, relay all that information and also say that it did. What was the officer's name? Did he have a badge on or something?
He had a badge. It was just a number. He didn't have a name tag on.
Damn it. All right. Well, I was assuming he'd be easy to find around town, and that
well, I mean, there's probably like
future
3
contact for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll call him Deputy Dewey.
All right.
There you go. So, coming back to the group, I believe we'll take Tabletop Tony. What do you want to do, my friend?
So I'm with, I believe I'm with Mr. Pierce, and I believe we're heading to the library. And what I'm doing along the way, I'm probably in the car getting B-roll. I'm scanning the horizons as we're kind of rolling through minor bumps, trying to make it feel like, you know, if I'm imagining this in my head, what this episode is going to be looking like. It's going to be a lot of shots of this town, all this build-up, all the suspense. We have the discussion in the diner, leading into a discussion outside, leading into this investigational period. I didn't get a chance to see how the police and stuff acts, whatever. I didn't rate enough cameras, I guess, or enough of me, says no one else wants to fucking hold a camera. So I'm going to be, sorry, no one else wants to. No one else can, as well as I can. So I'm going with Mr. Pierce. We're gonna roll up to the library, see if we can find any research. I'm gonna get some couple montages of him, pouring through books, making him look smart, really hyping up that Mr. Pierce sort of attitude that is gonna be characterized throughout our show.
Okay. So what I'll do then is for game terms, I will do Pierce's investigation, and then anything that you want to add into it as part of your investigation, you can do at the same time.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
So, I believe. So originally, Von Zuppenheim was saying the library. I was saying City Hall. Or is that the same place?
So you guys can head. I think there was just confusion. I think Forloth and Turg were going to head to the library, and you and Tony were going to head to the City Hall.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever you're going, Pierce. That's where I'm following you.
All right. We're hitting them records.
Okay. So you head
right.
to City Hall. It's another
All right,
little tiny building. You probably see Jason Jasonson as you go by because it's so small and it's all in the same area.
All right, Brent. This is gonna be a lot of boring B-roll, but we'll make it good. And I come in, and I tip my cap. I don't have a cap. Who's like at the? Is there anybody like who stops us? Who's at the desk?
Yeah, there's a front desk like normal. Middle-aged woman there, just typing on a typewriter. She has a computer, but she's doing a lot of things on the typewriter.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, can I help y'all?
Certainly. I'm Richard Pierce. I represent an organization that is doing a documentary. We're interested in nature and the local structures. As I'm sure you're aware, there are some very uncouth people in Washington who are trying to regulate agriculture and really dampen the economy of this fine state. And we want to show them the beauty of Arkansas and also what there is here to preserve. In the furtherance of that, if there's any documents that we could peruse, particularly the oldest ones, showing us the deep history of this place, all the old farmhouses, that sort of thing.
Yeah, my, that's definitely a very good idea, because if we lose out on our agriculture out here, this town will just collapse. The families will be out. It would be the 1910s, 20s all over again.
That's what I'm trying to make these talking heads in Washington see.
Well, I'm not 100% sure what you'd be looking for there, Mr. What would you say your name was?
My name is Richard Pierce. A pleasure to meet
Mr.
you.
Pierce. Not 100% sure what I could help you with. You want some documents?
Yes,
like,
well, any sort of
kind of documents?
land surveys, any sort of property delineation, things that prove this house was built here, this family owned this land then, that sort of thing, as far back as they go, and also just anything about like agricultural structures, granaries, mills, that sort of thing. Do a heart check. All right, I'm hitting him with the heart, once per quarter during the am I gonna get the talent dice from Charmed? I'm sure.
Yes.
All right.
So you do that as a let's see how. So you could just add one additional talent dice down there at the bottom.
Well, additional talent dice 1. I am stable. I am making a heart check. Rolling. All right.
Wow. Okay. So she kind of thinks about it for a few minutes, and she says, how do you want to spend that luck? You want to bank one? Or you want to add it to the success?
I've got one banked, so add that to the success.
Okay. So that's 6. So
I'm a charming man.
She kind of sits there for a minute, and she's like, yeah, I think And we have, so that's 3 bonus dice that we have right now. We have 2 from last time, and I just saw that Gom Dionysus gave a bonus die. So note that we have 3 dice in the pool. So from now on, anyone who wants to pull from that can go ahead. I'll keep track of that separately. So haven't been doing a lot of dice rolls. So she kind of thinks about it for a minute, and she's like, well, you happen to be in luck, mister, because I was just doing filing the other day, and we had to make the copies. We had to kind of lay everything out and organize a lot of the older stuff. The mayor is very much about keeping the history of this town alive. So you're definitely in luck here. And so she said, well, come on, you and your cameraman, come on back. And am I going to be on TV?
Oh, we'd be happy to have you. We'd be happy to have you. I just did it to Brent, and I'm like, indeed, here we are with Madam. Could you introduce yourself with the camera?
Well, my name's Caroline Jones. I've been working here at Town Hall for 10 long, happy years.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you with us here for
pleasure's all mine.
For our documentary. Now,
let me take you home back now. Come on back here.
Certainly.
So she takes you to the back, and it looks like there's a lot of work being done, but given the state of your success on that roll, instead of making you do a second one to kind of go through the stuff, there is a pile of papers in front of you, and at the top looks to be a land plot for the Bennett farm.
Okay. And I'm going to take it off as if I don't give a shit about it in particular, and I'm spreading the documents. But I do tap it in such a way that Brent will see, so that Brent can get a good long camera pan on it. And I will ask yes, these are very interesting documents. Your mayor is clearly doing a great job preserving history, and you as well, Carolyn. These are very important documents for the history of this town. Can you share with us in America anything about this lovely town for people who want to visitors know about what it's really like out here?
Well, it's hard. It's like any other place. And she starts rambling on and on and on and on. I very understandingly nod as I make sure to practically photocopy onto the camera. Anything I see remotely Bennett House related or of that area is going in front of the camera, right? So the 2 big things that you gain from this is, number 1, I throw it up into Foundry, and whenever we go back to in-game stuff, I will actually post it up, is you find the floor plan for the manor itself. Everyone should be able to see that. But you also find the land plot, and the land is huge. Okay? So basically what you have is where there were cotton fields, right? The original land plot called for, you had the manor, you had this kind of long driveway. I don't know, it wouldn't be a driveway, it'd be a road going into
lane.
It. Yeah. The running up into there, and it was surrounded by trees going down, right? And so You see this as the original land plot, and I guess the third thing that you found is actually how this place was discovered. Because what you see is a couple of aerial photographs. And it looks like almost the entire area where the plantation was has been overrun by trees. Which is very odd, right? It's been maybe, I don't know, 100 years since this place, 150 years or whatever since this place was built. The trees would grow and they would expand out, but it's almost, this place is thick with 6 C's on trees. And in fact, the only reason that they saw this place was, you can see kind of there's areas that were kind of marked out that the rest of the area around this place is BLM land, so Bureau of Land Management. It belongs to the state, right? And they found this little plot.
So the stuff that used to be the farm is now government land.
No. That's the thing, is that you can see that there's an outline around the Bennett farm where the BLM land is. The Bennett Manor itself is still owned by somebody, and the expansive land around it is still owned by somebody, but it's like this thick layer of trees around it, and you can only just barely see the outline of a home from these aerial photographs. So it looks like how this place was discovered is that it was just forgotten, that it was inside of this where this BLM land was supposed to be, and yet the house was covered by these trees, and they just happened to find it through this aerial photograph.
I'd say it seems that the government manages a lot of land in this area, around these woods.
So she says, well, yeah, I mean, as a lot of these plantations, after the Civil War, and a lot of these plantations ended up, parsing out their land and selling it off, and then, losing it as their workers kind of left. I make a distinct it up.
to the camera. She can't see when she says the word workers. I nod. I'm like, yes.
And so she doesn't seem to realize that she's kind of saying something a little not.
I suspected. I'm drilling here
not
though.
PC.
So the government. So now, have you noticed? Is there any government agents or anything around this Bureau of Land Management land? Do they give you guys trouble?
No, they don't. They bought up the land. They bought up the land a lot from these plantation owners, and then it just kind of sat there. I think they had plans for it, to kind of hold on to it as you get a lot of that westward expansion, but it was never used. It just kind of has just been sitting there, and so they're just holding on to it in perpetuality until it gets useful. I know that they kind of went out there a couple times to check for oil reserves, and a couple of those BLM land areas ended up getting the nodding donkeys on them and everything, but nobody got anywhere near close to the Bennett Manor, and there was no reason for anybody to go out there because they thought it was probably just all bought up and done for.
I see. Yes. Now we have heard someone named Patty Mayfield did send us in a letter saying that, you can come look at it, but we've heard from locals that it's not a very savory place.
Well, that's not for me to talk about. I mean, the owners there were killed by their workers, and that's
see.
at least one of the stories. I mean, there's a couple other stories, going out there, but that's the one that I know the most. And everyone kind of used that as it was a haunted place, but supposedly it had burnt down, and there was no reason for anybody to go out there and check. It was just all BLM land out around there.
And but there's a nice coverage of woods here, very fine copse. Is it? Are locals allowed to hunt on it?
Oh, well, I mean, if they get their proper licenses, I'm sure you can hunt on BLM land. And we've had a couple of folks come in and try to get timber rights, and some of the the government gives some of that land off for timber rights. But that was, I think maybe that might have been if she kind of pulls out the scene, that it was on top. She's like, I happen to remember because I actually met Miss Mayfield. She came in, they were doing an aerial observation in the area, and they were trying to find a good timber, and that's how they spotted this place. And come to find out that it was still owned, and so it was owned by the family, and they ended up selling it off to Miss Mayfield.
I see. And Miss Mayfield was just interested in documents and aerial photography.
I don't know too much about Miss Mayfield, to be honest. She's a realtor. She lives in the area. I think she might have just happened to catch up. She comes in here sometimes, just to check on properties and everything. But
as one
I
does.
think she just saw that it was up, and it was still owned, and she wanted to get a piece of that land.
Oh well, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Carolyn, and of course, smile for the camera. We are happy to represent this town and all that it stands for. The wonderful work being done here to feed America.
The pleasure is all mine, sir.
Yeah.
So before we cut off from Lee and move over to Forloth and Turd, Tony, is there anything else that you wanted to do here at City Hall? Anything you want to look for? I know that you got your cameras going on and doing your things. Is there anything else that you wanted to do?
Looking around City Hall specifically, besides the cute secretary that we got on camera, is there anybody in here that looks, how do I put this, strange, for the lack of a better word? Does anybody in here look almost? I'm looking for an undesirable looking person, I guess that you could say.
Actually, so this is pretty much the only worker in here. Very small town.
Only person at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
that you've seen. Doesn't seem to be any undesirables. Give me a luck check that won't shove the doom clock forward at all. It's just we're just gonna see how lucky old Brent is.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good thought. Wait, do wits convert if I'm a wit guy or no?
No. It's just luck. So unfortunately, not too lucky today. It seems like she's the only worker in there. Yeah. So anything else that you'd like to do?
On the way back, I have my eyes open for vagrants, for undesirables.
Okay, so that's not too hard to find. So you, as you're heading out, you're kind of walking down the street. You see somebody rummaging through a trash can. Looks a bit out of sorts. Wearing a blanket and no pants, kind of thing.
Hey, Pierce, stop here for a second.
Yeah, and I look at the guy and I pull a $10 bill out of my wallet and I'm like, hey, sir?
And whenever you walk up to him,
I'm like, oh, hey.
Whoa, relax, buddy. We're doing a film. You want to be famous?
We're a documentary crew. We'd like to pay you for an interview about the area, local stories.
Yeah, we just want to pay you for a job.
What? An interview? An interview with me?
Yes,
An interview with me?
Yes.
An interview with me? Are you going to steal my soul?
No, we have nothing to do.
No, you have to give us permission for that.
That's
So
what
don't
we're
give us
about to do.
I don't give you permission to take my soul. It's mine.
Done.
Sir.
We won't take it.
I see you feel strongly about spiritual matters. Tell me, are you familiar at all with...
I don't want to talk to you. You look weird. I don't like you. Don't talk to me. What about you?
Hey.
You with the camera. You talk to me. I'll interview you. You can interview me.
Hey, what's your name?
I can't tell you that.
Okay. Hey, that's fine. You don't have to tell that, but what you do have to tell us for the job is what's going on at that Bennett farmhouse. Yeah, I know. I see that look on your face. Well, we're here to stop whatever's going on there, and we need your help.
What do you know about the Bennett farmland?
Yeah, we don't know much. That's why we're asking you.
It was one of those underground railroad places.
Okay.
Everyone says the slaves killed the family. It wasn't no slaves that killed the family. It was a bunch of white men in white hoods. They killed the family.
Well, how do you know that?
I thought you said you knew.
No, I don't know. I want to know.
You're gonna try to stake my soul, ain't you?
Can't do without your permission.
No, I'm done here. No, you don't know. I thought you said you knew. I thought you said you knew stuff. No. Give my money and get out of here.
All right, Pierce, give them the money.
Give him an extra 10, and I'm like, have a good day, sir.
Give the fuck off.
How should we credit you on the show?
He turns away and starts rooting through the garbage again.
Okay. All right, it's fine. Let's get out of here. The guy gave me the creeps.
We say, it's not exactly a town that has psychiatric services now, is it? Guy's clearly got need of a shrink, unfortunately.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't really like being, I don't like when people talk to me either, so, I was hoping you take point on that, but what the hell?
So let's move over to Forloth and Turg to get this last investigation done. So you guys were heading to the library.
Correct. Hey, I want to give a shout out to JJ. 2 minutes after we said, yeah, whatever we do, let's not go talk to the sheriff. He goes to the sheriff's office. And then we said, whatever we do, let's not mention the Bennett farm. And he says, yeah, hi, I'm here to ask about the Bennett farm. So
I was internally screaming. That was great, though.
I wasn't going to say that.
Bryson, I was thinking newspapers. We checked the old newspapers. They got to have them on a selection on file, right? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have to check the newspapers. I also want to see if there's any local section that we might be able to find any kind of information on, the town and its history. First, though, take a walk with me. And I'm going to get into the back of the van. Bob, I hate to tell you, bud, but none of these knuckle fucks are gonna respect us wearing a Hawaiian shirt and some tie-dye, okay? So, I take my shirt off and I start rummaging through JJ's stuff. We're gonna commandeer some of this Carhartt bullshit that he's got. Besides the beanie, who the fuck wears a beanie in this Arkansas heat? All right, here you go, Bob. Put that on, it'll make you look nice and pretty.
Oh, okay. Not really my color, but I see your point.
All right, the library isn't too far. We can walk. So yeah, we walk to the library.
So you head to the library. It is tiny, just like pretty much every other government building in this town. There's a single worker there. An older lady behind the counter. There's one or two people in there. A lot of kids' books seems to be a very commonality up against one of the walls. There does actually look to be a microfiche machine there, along with some just the typical stuff that you'd see in a library. Your reference material, some nonfiction. There doesn't seem to be a lot of any other extra media like VHS or cassette tapes or 8-tracks or anything. It seems to be mostly print in the microfiche.
Sure. So I'm gonna open up the door for Bob, and I'm gonna be really dramatic about making sure that the door doesn't squeak, and I'm gonna give the librarian a nice hand gesture. Hello, ma'am. I'm sorry to bother you today. My name's Jacob Jacobson. I'm from Central Ohio, and I'm a cartographer. This is my friend Bob. We are doing a map of Arkansas, and we have been tasked with finding out some local history so that we can draw a very interesting design on each of the counties. We want to make sure that everything is rich in history and culture. So I was just wondering if you would have any books on this great town of yours.
Well, Mr. Jacobson, that's what you said your name was, yeah? Mr. Jacobson? Jacob Jacobson?
Correct.
Did your mother hate you?
Please tell me why you'd say that.
Why would she
Bless
give
your
you...
heart.
Well, bless your heart, young man, because she gave you 2 first names. And they're the same first name. Like, what kind of ridiculous shit is that?
Don't shoot the messenger, right?
That's why I was asking, honey. I just wanted to make sure do you need a hug? Because I'm afraid your mama didn't love you.
That might help.
So, with your drawing here, they don't. Most of the records that you're gonna find to be up there in the town hall, they keep track of that kind of stuff. Nobody really cares too much about the history around here. I mean, they kind of, with the whole Civil War and everything, and they kind of little bit, Look, Mr. Jacobson, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of undereducated folk around here who kind of long for a different time. Whenever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm from Ohio. I understand completely.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You should get out of there, son. That place, there's more of them there astronauts that ever came out of that state than anywhere else. You know that? Why's everyone going to get as far away from Ohio as possible?
You have a good point. Good point.
Listen.
Maybe that's why I'm here in Arkansas.
Mr. Jacobson, I'm not gonna you probably run into one of the few people here that actually has a college education. So, I'm imagining y'all are the ones that caused the hoopla down there at the Greasy Spoon.
Hoopla, Greasy Spoon.
Please don't act like I'm some kind of idiot, sir.
Fine.
Well, you gotta understand.
Insult your intelligence any longer?
Thank you. I appreciate that. So what do you want to know? And be legitimate. What do you want?
I would like to know why all of this hoopla was made simply for asking about the history of the town.
It wasn't the town that you asked about now, was it? It was the Bennett farm, wasn't it?
That may have came up in passing.
In passing. The way I heard tell is that one of your men just turned around and said, "Hey, how about that Bennett farm there?"
We definitely have some personalities on the crew.
Okay, so you are admitting that it was y'all.
I'm admitting that it's a possibility that someone in our crew could have said something like that. Yeah.
Mr. Jacobson.
But it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Mr. Jacobson, the faster you become a straight shooter with me, the faster we can be done with this conversation and I can get you the information you want. Like I said, you probably ran into one of the few educated folk in this town.
Well, then if we want to talk about the Bennett farm, then why don't we talk about it? What information can you give me?
The reason why everyone gets so spooked about that place is because it was supposedly burned down and all of a sudden it's back. Now, that's what the uneducated will say. Now, my best guess is that they ended up forgetting about the place. It got overrun or overgrown, and everyone just kind of forgot about it. And then all of a sudden they're doing an aerial survey out there and they happen to find it again, and it materializes out of nowhere. Now, the reason why you get so many conflicted stories, and she starts standing up and she's walking over to the microfiche machine, right? And she sits down and she's kind of digs through some stuff and then throws some things down. Like, this is a woman that is good with what she does, right? And she kind of shells through things and she pulls up with this old fucking newspaper, right? And it shows, family murdered. And she says, the reason why everyone probably gets so spooked about this is because there's conflicting stories. There's two different stories. The first story is that the Bennetts were killed by their slaves. Okay? Now, knowing the things that I've read about this town and the things that have been talked about with the Bennett farm, that's probably not true. Because the idea was that was a stop on the Underground Railroad. And that Mr. Bennett was a conductor. Mr. Bennett took care of runaway slaves and helped get them out. So the real story is probably that some white men that did not like this ended up killing him and his family. Now, reason why some folk ended up getting a little bent around the axle, if you will, about this is that many of the plantation owners in the surrounding area started to experience bad luck, I guess would be the way to say it. Their families took ill, their crops wouldn't grow, that kind of thing. Now, there was never any, foul play involved, but it seemed like invoking the Bennetts and those folks that may very well have taken part in the murder of him and his family ended up coming under bad luck. And so it became kind of a taboo, if you will, to mention that place. And that's probably why it was long forgotten.
That makes a lot of sense.
Now, Mr. Jacobson, if that is your
Lancaster.
real name.
Bryson Lancaster.
I've seen your show.
Oh, really?
So that's you'll find a couple of folk out here that have seen it, and so it's kind of why I was hoping you'd stop playing me as fool and you're Dr. Von Zeppelinheim back there, hiding over there in the corner, wearing clothes that he normally don't. That's fine. Mr. Zeppelinheim, good to see you.
Hello, guten Tag.
Is there anything I can help you with, Mr. Zeppelinheim, before I get back to work?
How does the microfiche machine work?
I don't know, I've never used it. I know that you got a shuttle that you use to move it around. Right? You got the little shuttle.
You have to lay it. No,
yeah.
I was actually going to say, it's okay. I know how to use it.
Okay.
And then realized we were playing a role-playing game.
Yeah, sorry. I don't. So, if I remember right, it's basically the film is kept in basically little reels that are placed inside of cabinets in the whole Dewey Decimal System, and then you have the shuttle that can move around in between the different pictures that are taken on the film. So, I don't know though.
Oh no, it's fine. I figured it out. Please carry on.
So, are we good with your investigation, Turg? Are we ready to start moving out to the actual farm itself? Bryson?
Your mic pack's dead. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, I do appreciate your hospitality and your eagerness to talk with us. I hope you can understand why we went into this situation doing what we did. And to make it up to you before we leave, if you'd like, since you're a fan of the show, we can totally come back and do some shots. Maybe.
Once you get done with your investigation out there, come on back and then we'll talk, because I don't if you cause some kind of an uproar here with the town, I don't want to be a part of that.
I can understand that. Thank you so much again for your time. And yeah, we're out.
So, with that being said, I think that's everyone's investigations. Yes, does anybody feel like they got shorted on their investigation?
I do have a question.
Sure.
Do we have any merch? Like can cozies or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Give her a can cozy as a small thank you on the way out.
She smiles at you and nods and says thank you. All right, so are we ready to head out to the farm then?
I believe so.
All right, so you pack up, you refill your gas tanks for your generator because you're definitely going to need it. You end up getting food because you're probably going to need that. Excuse me. I'd imagine you probably would stay in town for the night, just given that Patty said she would meet you the following day. So you stay there the night. You get up in the morning. And you start your drive out, and it takes a long time to get out there. So if you left early in the morning after having everything packed up and ready, you would not get there until about midday.
Well, just a quick question: where did we stay? Was it like in a Motel 6 or something?
Just they're in their local bed and breakfast.
Okay.
So nothing game-wise that we need to worry about that. It's more of just a hand wavy to get you out there. And at a decent time, given how far away this place is. So you take a highway, and then you get off onto one of the state routes, and you take the state route for a while, and then you end up on a dirt road for a while, and you're navigating by map, and you start to get off of the dirt road, and basically it is just an overgrown dirt road, and it takes you forever, and you start to become enveloped by these trees. Like, it is just, these trees are so thick that you cannot see, past them, but there's definitely a path that you follow, and it winds along, and it feels like you're these trees are just getting thicker and thicker, and that it's, even daylight is having difficulty penetrating through these trees. You feel the crushing weight, and these trees feel like old. Like there's just this weight. It's as if the thick Arkansas air is just, it's heavier here. And it feels like it's going to just go on and on and on until finally it starts to open up a little bit, and you see the beginnings of in the distance, thank you for the bits, appreciate that, a house in the distance. And you're winding up this road, and you see where there used to be a fountain in the middle, and there's a circular area where carts would normally be pulled in, and where this looks like it used to be very well maintained. There's the trees that you see along the side are bearing fruit, like it probably was once an orchard, but this place is so decrepit. It is falling down. There's tagging on the outside. Somebody's been here, within the past 100 years, because there is spray paint on the outside. But the roof is sagging. The windows are all boarded up. There's the front of the house is kind of blackened, and you're not 100% sure if that's from soot or from moss or from mold. There is a car there. And there's she's a rather plump woman, middle-aged, blonde hair, very, very southern looking, kind of leaning up against the car waiting for you. And as your van approaches, she kind of pushes herself off the car, and waves happily at you.
Right. I'm good. Sorry guys. So it looks like we got a really nice house to explore here. Really nice. Watch out for any damage in the house, any debris. This is going to be a liability issue. Make sure you sign your waivers, so the production team isn't responsible for anything. If you need another flyer, it's going to be located in the glove box. Other than that, make sure we're well hydrated. We don't want anybody passing out on the job, like I said, for more liability purposes. But other than that, I say we get a couple of shots on getting everyone inside, getting set up to some extent. Maybe I just turn the camera on, get our mic packs on. We just kind of walk through the house, do a little peruse, see what we got available to us. I think the more the merrier. We all pile in there. Nothing better to express our personalities on the screen here. Thoughts?
Sounds good. Don't forget, everyone, we've got a floor plan, so let's use it.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, this probably isn't accurate to any modifications or collapses that have happened since.
That's what I'm saying. Watch your steps. No bruised ankles here, okay?
Yeah, and about safety, I brought some masks here in my gear somewhere. We don't know if there's any asbestos or gross mold or something there. Was someone?
Good idea.
Were one of you guys in my stuff?
Yeah, I borrowed a shirt.
Missing a
Yeah, I borrowed a shirt.
Okay, I guess that's fine. Just maybe tell me next time.
You were gone. Anyway, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Is this cotton? This is really nice.
Yeah. Make sure you wash it, and then just step out of the van.
So as you step out of the van, the woman waves to y'all, and she starts to approach, and she's like, I am so happy y'all are here. I am just pleased as punch that y'all came.
Of course, it's a pleasure to be here. Miss Mayfield, I believe?
Oh, yes, sir. That's me.
Now, we're here with the night shift, the morning.
Oh, I know. I've seen all of your guys' episodes. They're just absolutely fabulous. I was the one that called the station whenever this property came into my hands. I came out here and I saw this place and I was like, oh my God, I have to get the night shift out here to do an investigation because this place has just got to be haunted.
And I'm given to understand that you'll be moving the property shortly after we have our episode here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. This place. Mm-hmm.
So, and you're a realtor, obviously. You're in the business. What attracted you to this property, and why are you getting rid of it?
Well, am I going to be on camera? Is this going to be on TV?
Of course, man.
Oh, fantastic. All right, well, let me tell you. So, I have a person that I keep inside of the Hall of Records here down in town. And, you know, anytime a property comes up, I always like to get a bid on it if I can. And, a friend of mine, he was doing an aerial survey around here. He was looking for a new place to kind of maybe check for oil, because there's been a couple of derricks that have been put up around here. And so he was looking around and trying to spot things that he might be able to find. And he saw the house. Well, come to find out that the family still owned the house, even though when the Bennetts died, it ended up defaulting back to his extended family.
I see.
So, and it just
Are they
kept
local?
getting passed out. No, they're not. They do not live here. They actually live up in Pennsylvania. And so when they found out that they actually own this property, I immediately contacted them and gave them, I can't say how much I gave them for this land, but I got it very good price. When I came out here and I saw this place, I said to myself, you know, I could sell this to either a historical place where they could refurbish it, and this could end up being one of them touristy type attractions, or they could end up leveling out this land. So this is not going to go up on the private market, because this place is a death trap.
Oh, I see. Is
Oh
there
my
anything like
goodness!
this
I have went into there, and this place is decrepit as hell. Okay, let
anything
me
we
tell
should
you.
watch out for?
Oh well, just watch your footing. I mean, there's a lot of debris and detritus in there. Okay, so just
No.
be careful.
Anything we should watch out for in the spiritual sense?
Oh, he said it. Oh my goodness.
Indeed.
Stop! I'm blushing. I need a second, Mr. Jasonson. Hold on.
Dr. von Ziplinheim, could you give us your expert opinion on the structure seen here outside? First opinion, first glance.
Yes. It looks to be typical architecture for the period. It's an amazing condition for having had no actual... Have you ever noticed a house wants to be lived in? When a house does not have human inhabitants, it's only a matter of time before it's reclaimed back into the natural surroundings. That doesn't seem to be the case here. It's almost as if, how would I put this, that nature wants nothing to do with this structure.
Indeed, we have heard ghastly things about it. Now, when I'm seeking, you, I believe you have some knowledge here as the property owner.
I do.
You've been inside.
Mhm.
What can you prepare? How can you prepare us?
Well, I want to answer Mr. Jasonson's question, because I'm a very firm believer in the spiritual side. I mean, I make sure my chakras are always balanced, and I make sure my crystals are always ready to go, Mr. Jasonson. So, sorry, Lee's face.
That's great.
So now there's something that I heard. Okay, listen. You know that the family was killed here, right? Well, the story that I heard is that all of the bodies of Mr. Bennett, right? Mr. Bennett, his 3 daughters, Abigail, Mabel, and Lucille, they were found. But the wife was never found. The body was never found. Now, what's the big thing about that is that I heard that it wasn't Mr. Bennett, Mr. John Bennett, that was the conductor here for the Underground Railroad. It was actually his wife. She was the conductor, and Mr. Bennett didn't want anything to do with it. And so there's a chance. And I swear I felt her presence. Maybe it was the presence of the little children that died here. But I felt like it might have been Mabel. I think Mabel's spirit is still here. She still wants to guide the souls that are looking for freedom to keep on going.
Now, Mr. Lancaster, you are my guide where I reach the precipice. Can you share any thoughts on this. I think we're looking at it. It's good that you have your chakras aligned, because otherwise I don't know how these interactions would have gone, particularly if you go in there after dark. We're going to leave this to the specialists, but Mr. Lancaster.
Patty, Richard is absolutely correct. You are very lucky that you are aligned spiritually and that you are protected in your chakras, because in a situation like this, where something could happen to a soul with such malintent, who knows how violent these spirits could be.
My goodness, you think there could have been violence? You know, the police were out here almost right after I bought this property, and for some missing persons. They said there was some young teenagers or 20-year-olds that were possibly out here. They said they were coming out this way, but I came out after and I never seen them in here.
See any indication of, I mean, they couldn't have walked? Were there oil, tire tracks?
No, there was nothing.
And all the territory around here is owned by the Bureau of Land Management, so there's no nearby farm they could have walked from. Is there a river, perhaps?
I mean, there might be a river that runs through it, but I don't know too much about the BLM land. There ain't no reason for me to know anything about that. I can't make a profit off of that, honey.
Indeed. So that would indicate to me that if somebody came out here and there's no sign of the physical conveyance that they took, either they didn't come here by traditional means, or something here didn't leave a trace. Now, all that said, Mr. Jasonson, you are the strongest believer I've ever known. From an occult perspective, it seems as if though this house conveys certain mythical undertones of an apparition. People have rediscovered it after a long time when it is supposedly burned down. It is strongly surrounded by woods, yet, as Von Zippenheim has pointed out, it repulses nature. Do you believe this house is here in the sense that science can understand? Or is it possible we are standing before something which is neither fully here nor not here?
Well, I believe that we may be standing in the center of a vortex of dark energy. And perhaps that is what's attracted all of these tragedies to this site.
My God.
Well, that is absolutely scary, and I'm very happy to be out of here, but I need to tell you, Mr. Pierce, before I leave, there is a chance that there might be other folk coming out this way. So whenever news came out that the realtor market's always that information's always out there. I got contacted by a couple of folk who say that they had ancestors that actually went through these lands, and they asked if they would be able to come out and see it. Now, I warned them that there might be a television crew coming out here. I called it as soon as I warned them. So, if you see anybody out here, there's a chance that it might be them. So,
okay.
I don't want it to interfere with your investigation. And I told them that if they come out here, they are not to interfere with your investigation. Okay?
I'm sure that we will be able to work. We have 5 red-blooded Americans, 1 German American here to conduct strong paranormal activity safety. We will be sure that they are safe while they observe this place where their ancestors have passed through, and the night shift is on the job. So no one has anything to worry about, and we will keep an eye out. Now, in terms of the authorities in the missing persons case, do you think that there's a chance that they or any other governmental agency could be out here? Anyone with that ilk?
Well, I doubt it. This is technically private property. In order to come on to here, they either need to have probable cause, which they currently do not, or they need to have a permission from me, which they currently do not, because I will not have that big old fat sheriff come down here tramping around on this ground whenever my lovely friends here are here to do their investigation. I will not allow that.
I deeply appreciate you, Patty Mayfield. You are truly one of the people who has facilitated the night shift. And for me to not just the crew, but all the fans watching at home, I'd like to shake your hand and thank you for everything you have done for the cause.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Mr. Pearson.
Of course.
Good luck with your investigation. I need to get back for it gets dark, because it gets very dark out here, so you got to be careful, okay?
We will be. We are trained for this. That's why we work the night shift. Safe travels.
All right, so I have pulled the map up onto. You should begin to load onto that. Is there anything that you want to begin doing? You all should have access to the note that shows the complete layout for this place. Notice that there are walls on this particular one now. You are outside the first floor, so I would like to know, before we kind of get going too far, what your plan is in terms of investigation, so that we can either get you set up into a specific room, or get your sanctuary set up, or you can begin to mosey on through as you will.
Yeah, I'm going to point out and say we have access to the back patio and the front by the pillars right here for first floor hall. What do you think? We do our walk around, then we set up there?
Set up where exactly? I think the entry hall would be good.
Yeah.
First floor hall.
Oh yeah. Well, the
seems
first
like
floor,
a good spot.
First floor hall. We've got the stairs right there. We got the parlor, dining room, and then back porch.
Yeah, that can be good for a base camp. But like I said, we should definitely peruse around the area just to get a quick walkthrough with the camera.
For sure. And
get some spots.
Let's hit the whole first floor before we go up, because honestly, it sounds like in a house like this, we're really gonna want to test those stairs, not just to make squeaky sounds like that.
Hang on a second. Collapse. That guy, he didn't even give us a name. That vagrant we talked to at the street there said something about an underground railroad. Maybe there's a basement.
There could be a concealed
whatever
basement.
the hell's down there in the tunnels. That sounds like good footage.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say keep an eye out for that. But remember, we don't know because this place is falling apart. We've already been warned.
Yeah.
If you get your foot in something, we are more than 48 hours from the nearest tetanus shot.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I am not very current.
Yeah,
so
I mean, we have a med kit.
Careful.
We have medical supplies in the van, but I mean, yeah, if you get something major, man, just
let's try and not have that happen. So
watch yourself.
I'm gonna back the van up close to the front porch here and set up the generator, run some cables, and through to the first floor hall.
Certainly. And
Good idea.
I'm assuming there's like pillars that go up to the balcony above, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm checking them out. How sturdy do those look?
Everything looks like it has not been taken care of in a very, very long time. But I mean, it doesn't look like the house is going to collapse in on you at any this moment. I mean, there's some sag, right? Like there's a lot of wood rot. A lot of this was done in stone as well, just for the cooling factor that plays. This was a very well-to-do place at one point in time. So it doesn't look like it's going to fall in on you, but it doesn't look like you should be having a rave here or anything. You know what I mean?
Indeed. So I'm looking around and I'm saying, all right, yeah, so let's get the walk through everyone, and now let's play up the threshold. Von Zippenheim, I think you're our doorman. And Jason Jasonson, Lancaster, if you guys are on one side representing the spiritual realm, and Dr. Von Zippenheim and I on the other side representing, the scientific realm, we'll meet at the middle. Zippenheim opens the door, and then we have a walkthrough. Mark on whatever we find.
Yeah, does anybody have any anti-nausea medicine? The amount of bullshit we've been spewing at these people recently, I'm about to reach my tolerance level.
Oh, come off it. Come off it, my good doctor. We'll get you a beer when we're back in town.
Jason, you should be able to move that central station if you want to move it at any point.
Okay.
Remember, you have 3 placeable cameras as well. So as you begin to work your way through,
everyone.
you can place those.
I know we're overworked, we are underfed, and we have not been sleeping well in a fucking van. But when it's all over, we're back out west. First round's on me at the bar, all right? Let's knock out a good episode.
I'll hold that to you.
Hell yeah, you will. This is for the fans. This is for the ratings.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
So Zeppelinheim, you're digging through. I'm sorry, Bob. You're digging through your bag, to start getting all your bullshit knickknacks prepped, and you happen to find a bottle of Dramamine.
Oh, thank God. I take a swig. I take a shot straight out of the bottle.
I'll keep that in mind, actually. Okay.
And then go up on the porch to the front door to get ready to shine.
All right, Brent, are we positioned up good?
Well, we're looking good. Lighting's looking, honestly, creepy as hell. Love it. Just head in first, guys. Bryson, why don't you stay behind me? I want you to get some thoughts that you have as we walk through each, hall. Really milk it. Really sell that, medium vibe. Jason, you're the face, as much as I hate to admit that. So, Pearson, Jason, you guys should be looking at the camera a lot. Don't forget about Dr. Zeppelheim. Don't lose that accent. I swear to God, you're gonna have to keep this maintained the whole time. I'm just gonna keep rolling. Let's keep it as unedited as possible. This is the night shift unedited. Okay.
So wait. So just so I understand this, so Pierce, he's the talent. JJ, he's the face. Me, I'm the amusing anecdotes and color. Is that what we're saying?
That's what I said. You already know. What do you mean? We went through this before, right?
Listen. We're about to give these. Just think of it this way, all right? You know your characters. You know the terrain. We're about to give them the Copenhagen long cut. Good doctor. Let's roll in unrefined raw. We'll get the found footage feel. All right. And I say, well, I think we're inventing the found footage feel. Honestly, it's just really our trademark. I'm envisioning the interviews anyway. I'm jacking off here. Let's go. Now then.
Oh my God.
Find ourselves at another threshold. Are we rolling? We'll find ourselves another threshold. I am here with the crew of the night shift. We have Jason Jasonson, Brian Lancaster, the good Dr. Von Zippenheim, and of course our cameraman, Brent. We are here, about to cross a threshold to an area described by Mr. Jasonson himself as a vortex of evil. I am not sure the footage will even record because, quite frankly, I'm not sure that this house exists. There are credible reports of it burning down. It has reappeared recently amidst disappearances. We are stepping into a vortex of evil. I am a mere mortal man, and I do not know what lies beyond this realm, but we are about to discover what lies beyond this door.
I reach for the door handle with all the dramatic flair I can possibly muster and open it up. Look at this decor! Sorry.
What am I taking in here? Talk to me, people.
As you kind of go into the entry hall, I mean, it's a wreck, right? Like it looks like the furniture that was there, it has been broken up, or it's either rotted, it was burned at one point. There's a lot of just debris. You notice that there was a little bit of tagging on the outside. There's nothing inside that way. Not anywhere in this house. At any point in time will you see anything like that. So it's very much a ruin. The floorboards are, there's not a lot of floorboards. It's actually mostly stone on the ground, at least in this area, in the entry hall. And it's just a wreck. The air here is thick, though. You guys already feel pressure. Like there's something that isn't right.
I'm feeling off. Jason Jasonson, do we have a read on the temperature?
And that was going to be a question that I had, Jason Jasonson, before you do that. I'm sorry. I will get that information from you, and you're on screen right now. I need to know who's carrying what. Because you guys have specific equipment. Obviously, Brent is carrying the camera. I need to know who. So basically, the main tools that you have is Bryson has his dice. You have the Ouija board. You have the temperature gauge, EMF, and something to do EVP with. Those are your main ones, along with cameras. Polaroid cameras, so on and so forth. So.
I'm still probably carrying around that EMF thermometer and the ghost box I got.
Oh, and that ghost, that's right, from your stoner buddy, you got that ghost box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are flashlights necessary?
The windows are boarded up, there's enough light leaking through that you can probably get by, but flashlights may be useful.
We'll eventually need them because I would imagine we're going to do our investigation and filming primarily at night.
Duly noted.
Bryson, are you feeling anything in particular here as we kind of go through? It looks like all of our crew is rather paranoid. What do you think?
It's the quick drop in barometric pressure, the clammy chill to our skin. It's telltale signs. You can see it in the walls. The way that the wood, after all these years, still stands despite being warped and wretched. I'm gonna need more information, but I can tell you right now, I don't think this is good.
You heard it here, folks. We're gonna descend deeper down into this, well, hopefully not hellhole, as we investigate further.
We've gone
Stay
from the
tuned.
hell house into the hell hole, and here we're about to cross another threshold through this entry hall and into this first floor hall. Now, we have obtained records indicating some parts of this abode, but we have reason to believe there are secret tunnels and hidden compartments throughout this house, in addition to dilapidated areas. We really don't know what to expect, other than the unexpected.
So for in case you didn't see it in Foundry, move your characters around, and as things come up, I'll talk to you about it.
All right.
If anything super specific comes up, I'm assuming that you guys are wandering around, looking around. Like, I'm not going to make you say, "I'm looking in this specific room for traps," right? Like.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we moving from the entry hall into the first floor hall?
Yeah. Or I'm stepping into the first floor hall. I'm looking around. Is there anything like big and noteworthy here? Like, is there a chandelier or some shit?
It looks like it's crashed on the ground. And it was not an electric one. It was originally candlelit. There is a set of stairs that go up.
I stoop near it here and I say, now if we count the number, I believe there would be 10 candles on this ancient chandelier. An important number when you consider the role one is to play in fate. Now, the material it's using. I believe brass, but Dr. von Zippenheim, confer with me on this. This collapse doesn't seem natural to me. It should still be standing.
Well, if you look on the ceiling, you'll notice there's wallpaper on the ceiling. That indicates to me very, very poor taste. Naturally, it just follows that the chandelier would spring from its fastenings in pure revulsion.
So you believe this is a matter of feng shui and the flow
Absolutely.
of
Yes.
spirit. Now that is consideration. If the spirits are aligned to percolate throughout the house, a twisting vortex-like fashion, we could be in the middle of what amounts to a spiritual hurricane. This is honestly further than the night shift has ever been into the deep paranormal, and I am. All I can say is I need to see what's next. I peer through the back door.
So you look out the back door, and it looks like there was a garden out there at one point, like a kind of like a little hedge-looking maze, very low cropped. I mean, it wasn't the actual maze, nothing nothing like The Shining or anything. It was just a area to gather and have parties, and it had this nice kind of look to it. But it is not like that anymore. It's overgrown, dead for the most part.
So could we like back the van around to this and run the generator?
Yeah, absolutely.
Set up base camp here in the front hall.
As you can see, we are miles away from any civilization. We are alone here. 5 red-blooded men prepared to take on whatever we find here.
So
what's in the parlor?
Who's going to drive the van? Who's going to get the van? I can do that if no one else.
Zeppelin, we're rolling.
I had already
sorry.
backed it up to the front porch.
Yeah, do we want to bring it around back?
It's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Now then, Brent, capture this here. I believe we're looking at Ashley's. What was that sound?
I'm picking that up. My mic level is peaking. What
is happening here? What is happening here? Talk to me, people. Talk to me.
Sounded like it came from the east. Sounded like the door, like a large door, just being slowly opened or closed.
Everyone, I think I've heard sounds to the east.
Get in there, Dick. When you get in there, open up the door.
Certainly, I, Richard Pierce, am about to pierce the veil on this mystery. Now, Jason, do we have that device? What readings are we getting as I open this door?
And actually, I have the EMF out already. I flipped that on.
Nothing. You were checking temperature earlier, by the way. It is definitely cooler inside than it was outside.
Okay. No readings so far. Let's continue further into the house where we heard that noise.
Here but for the grace of God go I. And I swing open the door and I trundle into the room. Where did that come from? Perhaps over there.
Go up there. Keep going.
What's that sound? Jason, we have signal.
Getting
I'm
EMF
seeing
reading.
an open door. Open door in the corner. All right. Mr. Lancaster, we are about to proceed into dangerous territory. What are we doing here?
We have to get through this entire house before we make any decisions on how to communicate with these beings. They may have memories that are centrally located to one portion of this house, a singular room, a floorboard. We're getting these readings now, but I have a feeling that this is going to get much worse.
Good. Now get in there. Now get in the hallway.
You guys heard that door, right?
Where are you at, Zeppelheim? Are you back in the van
sorry.
up?
Yeah, no, I am, and I'm driving around the outside of the east wing.
The door was nothing but Zeppelheim closing.
Someone check on him.
Richard, you guys enter that room, and it looks to be an old office. There's books along the wall. There's a desk into there. It looks like it was a place where records were kept, but everything has this mildewy smell now. This mold, this thick, just like you feel like if you touch any of the books, you're gonna feel gross. Like they might just fall apart in your hands. Like everything in there is just falling apart.
We have here documents which could be due to the interlacing of the subatomic particles between strands of dimensions unstable. If we touch them, they could turn to ash. We're going to need to very carefully study them. Now here, we have an ancient desk where it's possible this man spent his final night. What was he writing? What was he thinking?
Look.
The night his family
Look for a
was
name.
killed. Let's
Look for a
see if
name.
I can find anything. And I'm gonna is there any sort of like metal placard or whatever to dust off, or is there any?
Do a smarts check.
All right.
From here on in, I won't be giving any CRs. I'll tell you if they're, unless it's like very simplistic.
Yeah. For sure. I'm flying blind. I don't know how difficult this is.
Well,
You already banked that luck, so you can't.
um,
Go ahead. What?
okay, so that's a fail, right?
Yep. So, well, I mean, you don't know. So, you kind of are looking through everything. You dig around a little bit. It's everything that you see there has been just covered in mold and mildew, and it's just you try to find a brass plaque. You find one that has the name Bennett on it. Like this, obviously, this area belonged to, the Bennetts, but you don't really find anything useful.
Right here. Bennett. Indication of the owner's name. Names have a certain power, particularly in a place like this. I'm gonna try and open just like one of the random drawers.
Okay, so you kind of pull on it, and the handle just pops off of the wood. The wood is so rotted that it just comes off.
My goodness! It's falling apart before my very eyes. I felt a force. A responsive force. I'm gonna put this down right here. Deferring again to Mr. Lancaster. Bennett? Bennett, can you... No, we cannot attempt to communicate per Mr. Lancaster until we have canvassed the whole place. I can't proceed any further, but I almost
you can do it.
When I said Bennett,
again.
I felt... When I heard Bennett, I almost heard a response.
Keep asking.
Now, do I hear it from behind this door? And I slide open the door and I look around.
It's a closet.
Oh, I seem to find myself in a wardrobe of some sort. Rotting, perhaps mothiness. I'm wandering in here. It's dark, and yet... Jasonson, get me readings in this room. In this closet.
He took a pee. He's out back.
Oh, he's taking it. I mean, yes. He's canvassing out back with Dr. von Zippenheim. We'll hear from him shortly.
Sorry, 1 second. Hold on. The wall, this thing didn't form right. Give me 1 second here. There should have been a door in there too.
Oh.
Like a very visible door. Like it leads into another. There we go.
Ah.
So I'll just go like this, like zip.
An attached closet. Yes, leading to a guest bedroom between the office.
Pierce, that door's open over there.
Sorry, I saw the open. Yeah, okay.
No, it was totally no. That door is totally open.
There's an open door.
I'm just trying to fix the rest of this now because that
sounds earlier. Bryson, we are here in a room with 4 doors. One goes into a closet, 1 fireplace. Numerologically, what do we have going on here? The 4 in 1?
I would like to say, Richard, that this closet entrance, it's very odd. I've seen this kind of thing in nautical architecture. What's that?
Yeah, we have readings.
I'm picking up EMF readings.
What kind of readings? Spit it out. That's a lot of beeps.
It is. There seems to be some sort of electromagnetic field here. Perhaps a spirit just walked through this area.
My gods, we need to check on Dr. von Zippenheim. I take out my radio. Shh. Von Zippenheim, can you come in? Come in. What is your situation, von Zippenheim?
Have I made it around to the back?
Oh yeah. Yep.
No
Totally.
issues?
Nope.
Okay, I'm munching on a Twinkie, bringing in equipment. I look up and, son of a bitch, they started without me. Yeah, yes, Dr. Van Zeppelinheim, yeah? Over?
We are in the eastern wing, guest bedroom 3 should be marked on your map. We have strong EMF readings. We suspect spiritual activity, but we need an electromagnetic expert in this area ASAP. We also have numerological concerns. How is canvassing the back?
Yes, it was very overgrown.
I believe that this could be the result of spiritual energies leaking out, causing an excitement in the formaldehyde fields. Now, I'll see you with the guest bedroom when you get here, but for now, this is Pierce out.
So
all right, everyone.
You're really taking a look at this place, and while it was labeled a guest bedroom on your thing, you're starting to think that this might not have been a guest bedroom. The things that you're seeing here are very faded. Obviously, the color is very difficult to determine, but it looks like it might have been a girl's bedroom. Given you see, at least one rotted doll sitting in a corner, you see the shape and the former coloring of the materials that were in here look very much like this could have been a young girl's bedroom.
All right. It seems like we're looking at what could be a young girl's bedroom. We've got options. Jason, what do you see over there? Are you getting further EMF readings?
I have yet to pick up any further readings. Let's check the temperature in here. I pull out the thermometer and kind of scan that around in the same area.
Cold.
It is very cold in here. I'm getting very low temperature
I'm
readings.
feeling that. Yes, I believe we could be entering a reverse pyrokinetic net. Now, in that event, Bryson, right as you were speaking to me, a signal went off. Is it possible that the spirit was attracted to your aura?
That is a possibility, Richard. But it's not the possibility that I think is actually happening. What I believe happened in that moment was that it didn't want me questioning the architecture of this house.
Proceed carefully with any structural considerations then. We don't know what we don't know. And at this point, it's clear there's a lot to not know. Jason, how is this situation holding up? I see a dressing room. I see further doors here, antechambers. Is this a dual?
Find any further readings?
Is it a dual-sided fireplace, or what was that?
More EMF readings.
We're reading them in this room overwhelmingly. We'll set up a camera there.
Yes, exactly. We should set up a camera, monitor this room, and continue to find other hotspots of spiritual activity.
Mr. Kingsley, I am making ingress into this room. Oh,
So
what's that?
this appears to be another young lady's bedroom, maybe a little older than the first one. You can kind of see, in the dressing room there was a couple of gowns that were there that have been shredded by maybe something or time itself. But it looks like this was an older girl's bedroom.
Anything in the bathroom?
No, just old porcelain equipment that probably goes straight down into a hole.
Yes.
What are these? Anything strange about these or notable about the fireplaces in these rooms?
No, they are empty. It doesn't look like they've been used since, time memorable. The flues are closed, so you're not getting light in from the outside. No dust coming from them, but they definitely are there and present. And I mean, they're very well made. Like, given that this is one of the few stone things, except for some of the flooring that's here, it's been fairly well preserved. I mean, all things considered, that this was left by itself.
Is it a dual? Is it like two fireplaces stacked against one another, or can you actually look through to one side or the other?
No, it's two different fireplaces.
All right. Now then, we have a duality here of the strong stone structures. Remarkably strong stone. Dr. von Zippenheim, I believe, should be arriving nearby. Dr. von Zippenheim, can you comment on this stone architecture for me?
I appear to be in a library.
Yes, of course.
I'm not exactly sure where you are at this time.
Yes, through this office, as you can see, the architecture itself seems to twist and wind. Even my direction of east isn't solid because, quite frankly, who knows where one is in a vortex? Relative magnetic positioning isn't possible. Having to go off of our instincts, our wiles, and each other. Here, Dr. von Zippenheim, this way. I'll have to travel through the closet.
The floor plan of this house is very peculiar. It could be that the architect had evil intentions. Just look at the way these bedrooms are connected to each other with no hallway or other points of access.
And we have two side chambers. with an interesting shape on this room. Perhaps, when taken into consideration, they will make a symbol. Bryson, talk to me about symbology. What kind of formations are we looking at here?
Yeah, we can talk about symbology. Fucking cut. Cut. Are we serious?
What do you mean cut? We're still rolling.
What do you mean? Listen. You have me come here. I'm supposed to be this all-knowing psychic. I say two fucking things. I say don't try to contact the people with their names, and I say don't mention the architectural structure.
What the hell was that?
That was
I'm rolling.
From above?
I'm rolling.
Bryson, that was
Is
a
that
great
us?
point, although I don't believe we'll be caught on camera. I think we need to catch up and move faster. All right. There was sounds
that?
above us. We need to
There
head
could
up.
be another hotspot.
Sounded like it was going upstairs, like it was somebody going upstairs.
Let's head to the stairs.
What about the rest of this floor? We got at least this wing.
Dr. von Zippenheim, we've already canvassed the wing, trust me. We need to keep moving. There is something afoot. We believe...
Sorry, go ahead.
We believe that there's been footsteps or some other presence, and we've felt intersections earlier. Intersections with us on the EMF reader.
Keep moving. We gotta get there quick. The first floor hall has the stairwell.
I'm grabbing a camera on a tripod on my way through here so I can plant that wherever we find the noise.
I carefully test the steps and say, be wary.
Bryson, Zeppelinheim, are you going upstairs as well?
I'm still trying to find my way out to the main
I just head left.
first floor hall.
Dr.
there
von
we go.
Zeppelinheim, are you lost?
Maybe. What of it? Is
There
the
you go,
equipment
buddy.
still there? The equipment that I had brought.
Oh yeah, the
Come on,
equipment's still there. It's all good to go. It's totally fine.
Okay, so nobody messed with anything.
No. doesn't
So
appear to.
whatever we heard going up the stairs didn't appear to take any interest in the equipment that was sitting there.
Are there any
Interesting.
tracks in the dust and rubble through here as we get up
Good
the second
question.
floor?
Good question.
Smarts check. Bryson, do you want me to pick you up? You want me to pick you up?
No, I'll find it.
Okay. I'm just watching you slamming
gonna-
into shit.
I'm going to spend my luck on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Got one.
I changed my mind. Pick me up.
I think
Dad,
this is cool.
Dad, pick me up.
Dad, please.
My favorite phrases thus far, my favorite quotes thus far: vortex of evil and evil architecture.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Marks.
How do you want to spend that luck?
Just gonna bank that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the single one, so just banking it.
Does not look like the dirt has been disturbed up here, but as you're going upstairs, right? You're kind of looking down, and you see all the footprints that you guys have done in that first floor hall, but there's just something that's inconsistent about it. There's your guys' footprints are there, but you see that it looks like the dirt may have been disturbed before you got there. Up here, not the case. Nothing has been disturbed, at least that you can tell.
Doesn't look like there's any physical evidence of a spirit passing through here. It's not to say that they couldn't float over top of the floor. I would just kind of go to the nearest door and just start exploring around up here.
So this room, that thing just
More activity.
pegs hard, and it's just going off and off and off and off.
I would kind of do a circle around the room to see where the strongest point of it is.
Wits check. It's our smarts check. Sorry, not wits.
All right. see, smarts. You go through? There it is. Wow.
Yeah, that sucks,
What a
huh?
roll.
The meter is just bouncing all over the place. Like, it is just going nuts. You feel every single one of your hairs on your neck stand up as you kind of walk around this room, and you start to really take it in, and this looks like perhaps it was a woman's bedroom. That the vanities on the wall or against the thing, like everything looks very well made and looks fairly good. Like maybe the construction was so strong and it was so just well done that it's managed to stand the ravages of time. But mold doesn't seem to be taking here. It's not clean. It's not clean by any means, and there's wreckage, and it's still a complete shit show. But there's something very off about this room.
Okay, I'm gonna drop that camera and tripod in the corner here, turn that on, and then step back to the middle of the room. Does everyone feel that in here? There's an energy in here. I can feel it in myself.
JJ Brent isn't even in here, so you're laying it on a bit thick.
Doctor,
the camera right there.
There's
All right,
something
sorry.
in here with
Mr.
us.
Dickhead.
Sorry.
That's a good point. Let's remember Mr. Lancaster's warning. We cannot yet attempt to communicate with the spirit. If they're present, we may be best advised to finish our canvassing before making our approach. Now, behind this door, it's a fucking closet, isn't it?
It is a closet.
I seem to be.
Oh dear God!
I seem to be wandering into wardrobes. Indeed. I can't even comment. Moving on.
This.
Look
Bryson.
into the fireplace.
Bryson. You're out there by yourself?
I'm behind Brent.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
I look in the fireplace.
Do a smarts check.
Let's check. Pulling it up. Character sheet.
You don't use
Oh
character
wait,
sheet,
no,
you use
I
the
don't
auto
use character
roller.
sheet. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Smarts check. Roll.
So you kind of start digging around in there, right? And it looks like there was a fire there. Like the rest of the other two fireplaces that you've looked through looked empty. This one looks like something was burnt there long ago. I mean, it's tamped down, and there's this big just pile of debris in there. So it looks like something was done into there, but you don't really dig too deep into it. You just kind of scrape the surface a little bit and kind of shove things aside, and you don't really see much. You did a very light kind of push through.
Now, there is another master bedroom opposite this one. Let's get a look.
Wait,
And also...
have we
yes.
finished canvassing the master bath?
Oh, yeah, wait, that's what we heard about, right?
So, Dr. von Zeppelinheim,
Yes.
as you kind of wander into that master bathroom by yourself, you feel this.
Hey, who the hell was that?
Do a
Doctor.
strange check set. You become afraid. So
Oh, okay, guys.
I got
Very
it on the
funny.
sheet. Yeah.
Very funny, guys. Brent, are you fucking around?
Pause. Doctor, what? Bob, what the fuck are you doing? Stay in character.
Dude, wait, yeah,
Stay
okay,
in character.
but, give me a warning if you're gonna pull that kind of shit, okay?
What do you mean? I'm rolling. Just stay in character. Jason,
gentlemen,
track something on the EMF.
Gentlemen, please
I
come
do
quick.
another circle around this room, trying to figure out where the reading is exactly.
Gentlemen, come quick.
I'm literally, oh fuck, I'm between two people. We've gone to a lot of beeps. I run as a doctor. What's happening?
Did you hear that, Richard? Something unseemly, perhaps even unworldly, is in this room with us right now.
And is there a debris in the corner? You say?
That room is just, Jason, did you see my text on Foundry? The master bath just appears to be like any master bath. It's like the rest of the house. It's completely decrepit. The debris I was talking about that he went through lightly was in that fireplace.
Ah, I walk around. Ah, yes. Dr. von Zippenheim, I cannot presently detect the auditory disturbance, but I was not here in the room. Can you describe it for me?
Very scary.
Now, would you say it was a deep, perhaps a more of a baritone, or a higher soprano sound? Was it a human sound? Was it a mechanical one?
If I was forced to explain it, the best I could come up with in English, of course, would be as if something swooped by and ripped my head off and spit down my neck.
Now, as I recall from my
auditory sense.
I recall from my days in German class, there is a singular German word for that. Now, what would that be?
Scheiße.
Very succinct language, German.
Indeed.
So, now, Mr. Jasonson, you had
Yeah,
reading.
Jasonson. So you're kind of wandering around out there with the EMF, right? And then you decide to go back in the master bedroom. And as you do so, you feel like you are hit with this absolute wave of cold. Like, not cold, sub-zero freezing, instant frost burn, like, as you walk through that door, and you take 1 point of damage. It is that bad.
Wait, going from where to where?
He went from the second floor hall back into the master bedroom. He was out there wandering around with his EMF, and as he walked from the second floor hall back into that master bedroom, that's when you got hit.
Yeah, okay, Dr. Z, all joking aside, he refuses to be left alone in this bath and quickly forces himself into the master bedroom.
I'm gonna hold him in the doorway.
No. Doctor, go back in there. We need you to get additional readings of the bath. Go.
Fuck you.
Can't come out yet. No.
Fuck you.
Stop it. Don't be a fucking bitch.
It's around
Just
here.
Go back in there.
Hold on,
Guys,
hold on.
Brent, I'm not joking. Brent, something's in there, man.
It's
Something's
out
going
here
on.
now.
All right,
It's out here now. It just walked.
Pan to
I
Jason,
move
pan to
around,
Jason.
let him through. Pan camera.
All right, we have a lot of motion here. We need to keep moving. We need to canvas this whole place. Jason, what's happening?
The spirit just it I don't know if it's inside of me now or what happened, but I went through the threshold, this door here, and there was a gust of ice cold air.
It sounds like you've been penetrated.
Maybe.
Let's see. We'll have to apply palliative care. No, then. Allow me to check you out. I feel like his temple and stuff, and I'm like, how are you feeling? And I'm trying to take a temperature gauge on him.
I would probably have the thermometer out at this point too, kind of seeing if this cold spot is still around anywhere.
It's very, very cold in there. It's not freezing. You had that thermometer out whenever you got hit, and it went down to probably like -20 Celsius at that one point. And as you guys are kind of rambling back and forth in between each other, you start to hear water flow in the master bathroom.
That's the bath.
Water, do you hear that?
Yes. I think Brent should go in and get a good shot of that.
Come.
Right, and in a good subject matter. So, Doctor, get in there.
Point.
Wait a second. I just need to tie my shoe. I'll be right with you.
Be sure. Foot safety is vital here. I'm gonna power through. I'm trying to get a view on it. Is there running water?
It is the strangest running water you have ever seen, because obviously this is an old house. There wouldn't be, connection to city pipelines or anything. You see water coming up the drain, and it is so there is definitely a drain that would run down into some type of a sump or septic system here out on the plantation. But the water is filling up from that thing, and it is just this murkiest, blackest, ugliest water. And Richard, I need you to do a strange check.
I'm looking at the water. I'm looking at Pierce.
I'm stepping back, and I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm seeing right now.
I walk over to I mosey, sidle up to Bryce. Bryce, what the hell's going on, man?
I'm not sure. Old houses like this, they just have problems, Who knows when the last time the pipes were looked at? As for Jason's burn or whatever, when was the last time this place got tested? What does radon gas do? Doesn't that hurt you or something? I don't know. I heard that on the news.
Okay. All right. All right. Thanks, man.
I don't think it's anything to worry about, bud.
All right. Thanks. No, thanks. Seriously, man. I mean, because for a moment there, I thought there was some serious shit going down. But no, you've talked me off the ledge. Okay. All right. Back into character.
We appear to be seeing reverse flow of liquid at this time. And what does my strange check get me?
Nothing. Nope, you're not afraid.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm here with a phenomenon I truly cannot explain. Mr. Kingsley's capturing this on film, otherwise no one would believe me. I don't know what to say other than, Mr. Jasonson, I think you were right. It appears to be a vortex. Rather than sucking down, starting to suck up. I peer towards the pipes. I was fucked. Oh, I have a hysterical fit.
Cut to Jasonson.
Jason, you're on. Jason.
I'm just trying to locate this presence that's been following us around using temperature readings. We're not currently getting any electromagnetic field readings. Let's continue. Maybe it wants to lead us somewhere. I would just cross the hall to the other room.
Oh, hold on. So who's where? So Pierce, you're still in the master bath.
I'm still, I'm legitimately looking at this shit, in the back of my mind, you just see his eyes, like studying the pipe very intently for any rattling or anything weird or anything that would indicate why this is happening.
No, so there's no rattle, there's no nothing. There's just this water flowing up, and you can just hear the sound of the water. That's it.
And so, Brent, you're covering this from the door.
I am.
And then JJ just walked up. Yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make it clear in my head.
I'm going to need a second opinion on this, but I feel as if though...
We got EMF.
We got a reading. I'm backing up, and I'm looking over my shoulder, but I'm glancing back at the water too.
Do a smarts check as you walk out there, Pierce. Okay, carry on.
All right.
So, Jason, the EMF is definitely going off into there, but it's not as wonky as it was in that master bedroom.
What about temperature? Any
It's a
Extreme
little
cold spots.
It's a little cool in this room. No cold spots.
Shh. Jasonson, talk to me. What are you experiencing? We're en route to the EMF reading.
I picked up a very short-lived reading on the EMF, and I'm not getting any strange temperature drops so far.
Yeah, motion people. We
No
had events in the
dark feelings in
opposite
here.
bathroom. What do we have in here, Jasonson?
It seems so far that the west side of the house is much calmer as far as spiritual activity. This could be because the east starts with E,
We learned
which
more.
also
Proceed, yes?
begins the word evil.
Evil. 4 letters. I can't comment any further on that, to be quite frank. I think we need to keep moving.
Hey, whoa, don't let me in here by myself.
Oh, yes. Good doctor. Stay at my side. Now, doctor, we are here in a vortex of evil. As a man of science, what explanation can you rationally offer this time?
Bryson, strange check. Carry on.
I'm very flummoxed at this time. I must confess. From a scientific standpoint, what we are currently experiencing could only be described as a shifting in the material plane, if you will. That somehow our presence has disturbed the equilibrium of potential lead line interconnects, perhaps. I need more time to consider, Richard.
Yes, like the border between Germany and Liechtenstein, it is a delicate balance, easily disturbed, creating an overflow.
Richard, I've told you before, do not mention the war.
Oh, forgive me. And I'm assuming I'm not hearing anything from Bryson. So
Jason, that door that wasn't supposed to be there. The door that leads outside is just a balcony that you can kind of see everything that, overlooking. You're starting to see that, this area, the orchard, was, it's obviously you can see kind of through it, but it's starting to get darker. Like the sun is starting to go down. And Bryson, as you're kind of in there doing your thing, you feel that same cold that Jason got hit with, but this time you take 2 damage. It is this extreme cold that completely overwhelms your body and just wraps you and burns your skin. And it lingers there on you. And it is just one of the most painful things that you've probably experienced in quite a bit of time.
Ah! Ow! Ah! What the fuck was that? God
Bryson, what's happening?
damn it! Ah, fuck!
Make sure to mark that on your sheet, Bryson. Sorry.
I'm rolling.
Rolling? Bullshit, man! There's something in here that's fucking burning us! I'm fucking out of here,
listen,
dude.
Everyone, out of this master
bitch.
bedroom.
Calm down.
We don't know what's happening. There are disturbances in this room. We don't know what's causing the backflow. We don't know. Strong gusts assailing my crew. We're pulling out of this room for now. The camera will tell us what's going on. Everyone. We've canvassed the upper floors. It's time to get back downstairs and finish this. We are going to need to set up and reconnoiter.
Does this burn look like I'm being a bitch, you little fucking prick? And I'm gonna knock his camera out of his hand.
Whoa! Don't fuck with equipment, dude! What the fuck is your problem?
Kingsley, do a luck check.
Burn, so what?
Kingsley, do a luck check.
Just calm down. It's clear that this entity has taken hold of you. It's messing with all of our emotions.
JJ, something's going on, man. Surely you see this. Stop fucking around. Bryson, man, I'm going back downstairs. You coming with me?
Hey, listen. Turkey muted. Mike, Bryson.
Yeah, I'm coming with you. Fuck this shit.
Everyone,
God damn it.
Cam. Now.
Listen, I'm not gonna. No, Dick. I am not gonna be disrespected constantly on this set, and then get fucking burned, and then the cameraman wants to act like he's fucking in charge, like he did last time too. This is some fucking bullshit.
Clearly, there's something wrong with that room. We've got it hurt. I don't know what it is. but we don't want to hang out there. Look, we'll have that room entirely sectioned off for the remote camera. Maybe throw stuff in there. If we're getting hurt, listen, I'm not a fucking scientist, but this is obviously bad. You're burned. Brent, cool it a little. Obviously, some shit's going down. This place is probably dangerous. There's probably some gases in here.
Exactly. Yes. I was gonna say, do you honestly think that there's some spooky thing fucking burning my arm? No, there's some kind of gas or fucking bug in here or something,
yeah,
dude.
well, the audience doesn't know that, so we got to keep rolling. Content like this doesn't just
listen,
happen.
That liquid that was coming out of that font, it was black. For all we know, this place was built on and tapped into some sort of oil field. You could be taking fumes. I mean, people don't go around huffing petrol. It's a bad idea. So, I mean, we don't know what kind of land this is on. We don't know what's under it. And there's probably a very realistic explanation for why nobody's farming here. If this was perfectly good land, it wouldn't be overgrown and abandoned. They would be using it for agriculture, no matter whatever bullshit. I'll bet the feds know something everybody else doesn't. That's why everything else around here is BLM land. So let's get out of that room. Bryson and Jason, I want you to check yourselves out. If you need it, we have the med kit in the van.
You actually do have a med kit in the van now that has 2 uses in it and will repair 1 hit point.
So
that was an equipment drop.
Let's get downstairs. Let's check out what's going on. Let's reconnoiter. Obviously, we've had a long fucking trip, but this is content, okay? We've already got great footage.
Exactly.
This is gonna put this show back on the map.
This is our paycheck.
Brent, do not push the talent too far, okay? We are having a delicate scenario here. We are deep into a cross-national road trip. Brent, I understand you want to cache that footage, but we need the talent top tier, okay?
Richard?
We have some top tier talent here.
Richard?
Yes, Bryson.
I trust you as a producer and a host. You've been on this gig plenty of times. This fucking rookie, I'm letting you know right now.
Rookie. Okay. All right. Sure.
You want to complain about equipment? You didn't give a fuck about any of the ghost hunting equipment that we had in the van. That camera is a graduation present from your grandma.
Oh, damn.
No, I'm going to go tend to my wound.
Yeah.
You go overstep your boundaries some more, because you're really good at it.
Yeah, go deal with your sensitivities. It's all right.
Listen.
Some time alone.
Brent, come on. You're the one who's focusing on professionalism. Let's keep it professional. There's no need to agitate. We are already getting footage. All right. This is
Bryson,
we're not the paparazzi here.
Bryson, there's a med kit out in the van. Come on, I've got it right out back.
All right, let's get downstairs. And
So, Jason, I saw you heading to the central station. You did notice what I posted up in the chat, and you used that first aid kit, and you're going to use it for you said?
For both of us, I think you said.
So it only has 2 uses. Yep, it has 2 uses.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and reduce your damage by 1, and I'll move you guys back down here, and. Bryson, if you're going to use that first aid kit, you can reduce your damage by 1 too.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So for the most part, just as a kind of a game bit here, I'm going to be trusting you guys to be keeping track of your health. If I tell you took X damage, you need to keep track of it. Okay. So I'll just be trusting you all on that. So, okay, carry on, please.
all right. Listen, everybody who got burned, it was in the same place, like on your body. It was west side of that room, right?
It was just an extremely cold gust of air. I don't see any specific markings on myself. There's a couple of spots
ventilation
here
in this place, and it's probably really damp. I'm not a doctor, but that room, no go. If anything's happening there, we'll remark from outside the door. This is 2 people getting hurt there. That's not. We're calling it a wrap up there. East side, 2nd story. Forget about it. Now, let's get some stuff. Bob, you're still good to go, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've still got 3 points of damage from last time, but
Right.
other than that, yeah, nothing new.
Yeah,
Hey,
your old ankle, Bob and Brent. I think we take West Side. I think we take West Side and West Side first floor. Wrap it up. Base camp footage. Move on.
well, tell me this. Do we have monitors to those cameras? We have one set upstairs right now, right?
Yeah, but we can watch it. I mean,
Just no. I want to take a look, JW. Do we see anything up in that room right now?
So the upstairs, absolutely
Yeah.
not. No, the upstairs bedroom, you don't see anything in there except for it's a night vision camera, so you can see pretty well into there. You don't really see anything right now.
What about the one over in guest bedroom 3? I think it was. Did we drop one there?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It's not pointing in the same place that it was.
What? Wait, what?
hey, this camera. This isn't the angle we set up. Did anybody change that?
Made me dealing with a poltergeist. I would start heading that direction.
Jason, have you Jason, hold on. Have you checked out your wounds, man? Are you good?
I'm fine.
All right. Well, I guess
He's fine. He's fine. Keep going,
Content.
Jason. Great. Doing
All right,
great.
Mr. Jasonson, we're responding to the incident of our camera. What was
What
that
the-
sound?
Holy shit!
Did you hear that? Does anyone have a tape recorder on them?
Hello?
Start recording.
Yo,
Are
we all
you
have mic
family?
packs, fucker.
What's that sound? Where'd that come from?
Seemed like it was coming from that girl's bedroom.
North or south?
The one
in
that
there.
has the camera in it.
Pierce, Jason, go.
All right.
From behind.
Is anybody there? Is anybody there? I'm breaking advice here to.
So Jason, stop, Jason, stop. So as you enter into that room, you feel it's super duper cold, right? And you're kind of like looking around in there, and you. Sorry, give me 1 second here. And you see what looks to be somebody sitting in the corner right here,
What the?
and they're facing away from you. And
What do they
they're-
look like?
They're sitting on the floor. They're in a white gown, and it's a little girl, and she's brushing her hair.
I just stop, completely freeze, and like trying to keep my eyes on that person sitting there, but I turn my head and like wave them in because I want to make sure that we've got cameras in here before I start interacting with it.
I walk in. I'm focused on the camera that's like rotated, and I try and tilt it back into place, and then I see the person. I say, "Oh, hold on, ma'am."
And JW, just for, I'm in the first floor hall, by the monitor.
Okay, Roger.
Ma'am. What? Are you one of the relatives of those who've passed through here? We're the night shift, the morning after.
My mommy's not going to be happy that you're here.
I'm sorry, but has your family come here to pay their respects for the deceased?
What's deceased mean?
I mean, for the people who used to live here.
I still live here.
Ma'am, when did you get here?
She stops brushing her hair.
Is this your bedroom, little girl?
It's always been my bedroom.
What the fuck? And I'm looking around. Who's in the? It's just me and Jason, and then like Brent is through the doors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brent, are we getting this on camera? This is such. I've never seen evidence like this before.
Where is your mother now? I think you might want to be with your parents.
Oh, she's coming.
Did she say how long she would take?
How many of you are in this house?
I try to stay away from Mommy, but the rest are nice.
And the rest, how many are there?
Young girl, is there a problem between you and your mother?
She seems to not be responding anymore.
Yeah, she's just sitting there.
No, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna look at Brent and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, hold on. We have an unaccompanied minor in there. Actually, I think we need to find her fucking parents. Someone must have showed up." I mean,
are you sure?
you have the fucking camera on her, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, she's on camera. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm getting some distortion, but I don't know if that's because this fucker knocked my camera out of fucking my hand.
Listen.
But
So
we have
Jason,
I've got the EMF out, by the way.
Oh, dude,
Slowly
I don't have
creeping
time to
towards
reach
her.
the thing. It's going to break. It's going like it's just nuts.
Hey, so am I seeing all this on the monitor?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%.
Okay. I pick up the walkie and I'm like, hey, guys,
Whenever you get the walkie, it's just
guys, can you hear me? Guys.
yeah.
no, they can't
No, we
hear
can't.
you.
Oh.
All right.
Hello, is anybody here? We found your daughter. Hello?
Jason, as you get close, you kind of see her shoulders kind of like start to like she kind of like leans back a little bit, like she can feel you behind her.
This is Richard Pierce of the night shift with my crew. We have permission from the owner to be here.
I step in it. This is in the office. Wait, where are you guys? Are in the office, right?
Guest bedroom, yeah.
In guest bedroom. Okay. I step in and I lean over to Brent. And I said, Brent, it's a minor, man. You can't use any of this stuff.
Shut the
I
fuck up,
need help
Jason.
leaving this place, and I'm like crouched. I'm starting.
Oh, the
to
minute that you
go
get
over
close to her, she turns to you. And she
yeah, I start scrambling backwards.
Jesus
fuck.
Christ.
and she rushes through you, and you get hit by that same fucking cold. So do a grit check.
I got that on camera. I got that on camera.
Right? I'll see you guys later. I'll be in the van. And I'm out.
You
I'm
take 1 point of cold damage.
And I thought I re-rotated the camera right before, like when I came in, but I don't know if it's.
No, it's
Same.
fine. It's where it should be.
All right. Holy shit! I watched that. Right? Like I see her
Mhm.
run through Jason.
Yeah, and she disappears.
Jesus fucking Christ! And I'm gonna step back through like Brent, and I'm just like, get back! What the fuck, Jason? Get out of there!
That was. Did we get all of that on camera?
No, Jason,
There's
go back.
something here.
Go back on the chair. Go see if you get any readings or any change of temperature.
What the fuck are you
That was
talking about,
amazing.
Brent? No,
Get in here.
no.
What do you mean? We're hunting ghosts, are we not? We just fucking saw one.
Oh my God, are you, Brent? Do you
This could be a
believe?
first for us. We could go big.
Are you
What do you mean, do I
fucking
believe?
kidding
I believe
me?
what I fucking see. Did you not just see that thing?
Listen, there's ways to explain this. Somebody could be fucking with us.
There are ways to explain this.
It's a ghost. We're ghost hunters. Go hunt ghost.
Brent, newsflash. This is a fucking reality show. We're not actually hunting ghosts. There's some kind of gas in here that's making us hallucinate. You're all paranoid. Let's get the fuck out.
Wait a
I
minute,
can
wait a
see
minute.
clearly.
Brent,
I can see
Brent,
clearly, and
Brent.
I'm clearly seeing this.
Show us that footage. If we're hallucinating, it won't be the same.
All right. I will play it back for you. So you all so keen to
Jason, are you still in that room?
describe?
I'm kind of near the doorway. I'm waiting for them to get in here, so
Jason.
we can continue investigating.
All right.
But I'm just
Take a
looking
look.
around, everyone paranoid.
All right.
Take a look. I'm gonna play it back, right?
Your
This is-
EMF has gone. It's stopped. The room doesn't feel nearly as cold right now.
All right.
So you do the playback, and sure as shit, you see that girl turn around,
What?
and it's you slow motion it, and she's just got the blackest eyes, and just like her mouth opens up way too large as she howls at Jasonson and then runs into him and disappears.
Listen, we've made it big with this footage, okay? We don't know what other entities are in here, okay? All right, I sure as fuck wasn't a believer before, but god damn it, is this not evidence enough for you?
I don't know what's happening, but this is really concerning. Jason, are you hurt again? What's your temperature?
I think it burned my skin a little bit. It was
You're
extremely cold.
You can't find. You won't find
okay.
anything if you wind up passing out because of. Listen.
Listen.
The eastern side of the house clearly has an issue. We have a remote camera. It's turned. Position it in the corner to get a wide berth, and then get out of there. We'll go back to base camp. Okay? Bob has already pieced out. We need to figure out what the fuck is happening here. This is serious.
We should wait until dark to do our full investigation anyway.
I agree, Jason. Personally, I'm kind of scared that this flame will interact with whatever's in the air right now. But to appease all of you, I'm gonna light this sage. Will that?
That may allow the spirits some rest until we're ready to do the rest of our investigations later tonight.
What are you smudging? That's what this is? Jesus Christ, dude. Why am I even still in here?
So whenever you do that, you actually feel like you literally feel better. Like it feels like some of the oppressiveness of the area has kind of alleviated. But as you do so, you almost feel like a hand scrabbling at your waist, Turd. Like you feel like something like pulling at you a little bit.
Oh my god.
And then as that happens, your dice spill out onto the ground.
This feels so weird. Whatever burnt me, I think gave me a rash. I dropped my dice. Can someone help me?
Sure. Hey, what the fuck is this? Brent, are you getting this?
What is what?
These dice. And
What?
Is this where we're gonna do the dice shot? We can do it right now, but
Yeah, I'm rolling. Just read it. What?
The dice has never done anything like this before. I didn't even roll them myself. They came out of my pocket somehow and R-O-Y, Roy. A-B-E, Abe.
Turd, you feel. Do a strange check for me.
Okay.
You feel this incessant need to pick them up and roll them.
Maybe Roy and Abe are their names, but I'm feeling something right now, and they want me to roll them again.
Roll them again.
They it gathers them up and just lets them go on the floor. You will. Well, you will join us in death soon. PT.
This is fucking crazy.
Bryson, is the dice normally do this?
Can I roll them again?
Yes, you can. Would you like to?
Yeah, 100%. There are many spirits awake. You guys fucking gave me loaded dice.
We just saw a ghost. Do you think we gave you loaded dice?
Bryson,
I'm not fucking with you, Bryson.
Bryson,
This
those
is
are the
real.
dice you brought with you.
This is real. We've hit big here.
No, I'm gonna roll them again.
This place is a gold mine.
Leave. No.
How the fuck are we gonna load this?
I try and get the walkie-talkie and say, "Hey, Bob, where the fuck are you?"
I'm in the van, and if you guys aren't out here in 5 minutes, I'm fucking leaving without you.
No, get back in here.
Oh, hold up, Bob. Listen.
Not on your life, Brent.
Bob, listen. Jason got burned again. We're gonna need the med kit. Hold up. We're gonna get back there. Listen. I have no idea what the fuck is happening with the dice. People are getting hurt. Guys, let's fucking. I don't think we're staying here tonight. I think that we should come back tomorrow night.
What?
I think we should go back and hit the motel. I think we go hit the motel.
We're getting solid evidence here. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, exactly. Jason knows what the fuck we're talking about here.
Let me-
what are
let-
we
let
gonna
me-
do?
let-
We're
let me
finally going
propose-
to fold? We're finally going to fold in the face of actual
We can't-
ghosts?
Let me
Come on,
propose.
We can't let this evil get to
As-
us right now.
You've
We
got
need to
two
keep it
possibilities.
together.
We've got two possibilities right now. One, something
sounds like
very
a great
strange is happening with an oil field, and we are all ill. Other alternative, there
And
is
the
something
camera's ill.
supernatural
And the
happening.
dice are ill. Right.
Right. So let's suppose something supernatural is happening. Jason, what the fuck was that? Jason, what are we going to do if we see it? We're going to talk to it nicely? That thing ran into you. You're hurt. We need to have a plan. This is not a plan.
Evidence. That's what we're here to do.
Yes, we have our
To
evidence.
show the world.
Okay.
We can't
Is
show
this
the world if we
real?
die.
Since this is real, obviously, right, we can't be the first people to know this. We can't be the first people to peek into this realm of otherworldly existence. I mean, surely there's some kind of information that we have to, like, protect ourselves. I mean,
Hey, Richard.
Yeah.
There's always the Ouija board.
Oh, fuck. Bob, why'd you have to say it? All right. Back to base camp. Fine. One goddamn reading. The dice are telling me we're gonna die. The ghost ran into somebody. Listen, I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. All right? It's fucking
Oh no.
endorsed by Hasbro, I guess. We're gonna get the fucking sponsorship off this one, boys. Fuck it.
yeah, this could be big. We could go viral off this, guys. We go viral. Listen, imagine paying your bills with the footage here. All right, we get a new camera, we get a new van. All right, pay our rents off, buy a house. Fuck it, buy a new headquarters.
The only thing-
I mean, you gotta see
Are
the
we-
bigger
The
picture
only
here.
thing viral going around here was whoever was hanging out outside the Motel 8 last night, okay? Now, come on.
I don't know who the fuck you were sleeping with, Richard, but you might want to get yourself checked out.
Are we all back in the base camp?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am. All right.
All right. I'll come back inside as long as this door stays open.
All right, leave the back door open. Get the gas moving around. All right, Bryson. I swear to God, I'm not fucking with you. Nothing has happened to those dice unless you guys were. You guys were in Jason's stuff, but I mean that was just shirts. No. I can't. Where the fuck are we gonna find loaded dice, loaded spirit dice in bumfuck nowhere, Arkansas?
Look. This is my take on it, guys. Okay. Either as Richard has said, it's some sort of hallucination. We've all experienced some sort of gas contamination. The only other alternative is the shit's real. Both of those options are could end up in death. All right. That'll be great. Getting a new van there, Brent. If we're dead.
Listen. Fuck it. I grab the Ouija board, little paddle, and I start moving it.
So you grab the paddle, you grab the
Little
planchet,
cipher eye, yeah.
like that. You just
Yeah.
kind of okay.
And I start moving around, and I'm gonna say, everyone, look. I honestly have no idea what's gonna happen.
Do you know what you're doing here?
Does like Richard Pierce know what he's doing?
Do either one of you know how?
I'm
Because
assuming-
Jason Severian probably does, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I would be like pointing at stuff, and I'm like, Jason, do you want to do this? I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, honestly.
Yes, I can. I'll handle it. Now, all of us, whoever wants to participate and lend your energy, place a single hand, just your fingertips, on the paddle.
I'm not touching it. I'm just recording.
Man, oh God.
I guess this will make for good TV.
So
Fuck
Will,
it.
there you go. That's
I
the attitude.
put my finger on the paddle.
No. Fuck. Very reluctantly, I put a finger on the paddle.
Now, what should our first question be?
Are we in danger?
And does any?
Oh no.
Can we still leave?
Yeah, don't give him my ideas.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm out.
You let go? You let go there, Von Zeppelinheim?
You're freaking me out now.
Don't let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. We can't. If we know anything about Ouija boards, you can't leave without saying goodbye.
How do we defend ourselves? So that we can't go, but we have to run. Where do we run?
Listen,
Hey, say goodbye. Say goodbye.
No,
Where-
no.
Where do we run?
Not yet.
If we can't leave, we have to run. Where do we run?
You have to ask a concise question there. You're not asking a concise question.
Where do
What do you mean, where?
Jason,
you're the expert. Let's try this. Where? Ask a question of like where they were buried or where their body is. I'm not touching it, so I can't answer the question.
Why? Wait a second.
We gotta put these things to rest, do we not? I mean, that seems like the only way we're gonna get out
we
of
might
here.
know where the most activity is and where we can get the best evidence. That's a good idea.
Uh-huh.
What? What are you guys talking about?
Exactly.
What? Are we communicating with the dead right now? And you're still thinking about where you're gonna get the best shot?
Well,
Where
we
is
can't
your body?
leave, so we need to figure this out. Cellar.
Nope.
Do we know of a cellar?
Uh-oh. I know what that means. Out of character. Oh,
There was
right.
no cellar on the plans.
Right.
I think we know what to do next. Now,
Yeah.
before anyone lets go, we have to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So
Everyone say goodbye.
goodbye.
And I would.
Everyone say goodbye. Everyone say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
I said goodbye.
I know you did, but
So you-
everyone.
As you guys lift your fingers off of the thing, you hear this pounding, like just hard pounding on the front door. And
Okay.
that
Oh.
is where we're going to stop for today. After we do our fare thee wells and what's going through the mind. So let's start with Richard Pierce.
So my dick has been pierced this day because wow, ghosts are real. I am in danger. We cannot leave, and we're about to go into the body cellar. Fuck. It is full tilt, and at this point, he's left the realm of trying to make television. He's entered the realm of, oh my god, what has Jason been saying all these years that I've been ignoring? Because clearly he was fucking right. Oh my god. And he's like losing grasp on any rational explanation, and he's beginning to enter like, all right, this is do or die mode now.
And then let's move over to Forloth, just in case he has to bounce. I know you got a hard 1100 go. So Forloth, what's going through Zeppelinheim/Bob's mind right now?
He's freaking out. He has no explanation, no rational explanation for what's going on, but he's freaking out. He just wants to get out that door, jump in the van, and get out of here and find the nearest bar and crawl into a bottle and stay there for about a week.
Jason Jasonson, what's going through your mind right now?
Jason Jasonson feels the electric in the air. This is everything that he's been working towards. This is actual solid evidence of a haunting, and he's going to do everything he can to capture all of it and get it out to the world.
Bryson, what's going through your mind currently?
Camera boy's pissed that I keep calling him a fucking rookie.
are making bad decisions. Jason keeps getting pissed because I keep stealing his clothes and saying that all of his fantasy shit is fake. Richard is pissed because I'm making the other members of the crew pissed. And they're all pissed at me and Bob for getting paid more than them. So I'm convinced that this is an elaborate fucking prank, and it's not very funny.
And last, but certainly not least, Brett Kingsley, what's going through your mind, Mr. Cameraman?
Well, I'm thrilled to find out what exactly I can get on camera, how hard I can push, the investigators to do things that make them uncomfortable for the camera, of course. And well, if we have to go back in there, and apparently according to the ghost, we're at risk and we might not make it out alive. I mean, hopefully get some good footage of the final moments. I mean, did you read the waivers? I could use that footage.
And so as we get ready to sign off, I just want to give Lee from Diesel Shot a chance to remind us all of what he's got going on his channel. And we appreciate having you here today, Lee. Good to see you.
Hello, Dreamers. Yeah, it's good to see you. We have Monday, Thursday, Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on games. Monday, Dungeons and Dragons. Friday, Thursday and Saturday, Change Stars. Friday, starting work 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I play video games, often Morrowind, dressed up all fun. And this Saturday, we are having a Rast Prime Noir set on the homeworld of some otters surrounded by dangerous critters. Imagine like Blade Runner in an ancient fortress city where the walls are beginning to sag and only the inner spaceport ruled by the corporate government is truly safe. And we've got some private dicks out there, not so private dicks, your police or your little people, hunting down some synths with a synthetic liberation front. So that's going to be some good old sci-fi. And occasionally I'll do a 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern or so dev stream on Change Stars because we're pushing through to that release. So yeah.
And so this week, on Tuesday, time, Kingsley, I always forget whenever Dion runs his Star Trek game.
7 p.m. I want to say.
7 p.m. Eastern, for another, it should be this week, correct? Let me double check. Let me pull up our session.
No, it should be
it's
this
been a hot
week.
minute.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, on the 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Then Curse of Strahd Friday? Yes, no?
It should be this Friday. I don't think anything's going on. We'll stay tuned for the schedule.
And Delta Green on Saturday?
Yeah.
What time?
Yep, Delta Green Saturday at 11 p.m.
11 p.m. And then on Sunday next week, once again, we will have our next session of the night shift. Given how far things went today, not sure if we'll finish. There's a hope. So maybe. We'll see. Maybe we'll go a little long. I don't know yet. So we'll see if we can finish up next week. If not, it'll finish up the following week. So I do want to take a moment to thank all of the cast here. I think that's a better name to call you than players anymore, considering how few roles you guys do and how much acting you do. Thank you to the cast. You guys made the show, once again, amazing. Thank you to the audience for being here. Appreciate you coming out. I know it's a little early for some folks. So until next time, go ahead and hang out for a moment. We're going to go ahead and do a raid. Any last words, my friends?
We'll see you, not just on the night shift, but for the morning after.